we left out.
Hello.
Wow, hi everyone.
I was excited to see how far inside John's mouth we could actually get.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Radiant Shadows, our Dungeons and Dragons 5e live play. We're a bunch of Australians and a Kiwi endeavour to run a campaign without falling too far off the trails and doing the thing. Hi, I'm Ham. I'm the DM. I try and keep things vaguely in line. We're going to do a very quick whip around for introductions for everyone, say hi, and then we'll do any other announcements, and then we'll jump into things. So I'm going to throw straight to Cass because she's not paying attention.
Oh, well, that's because I made a rookie mistake and now I have too many dice and it's overwhelming.
Geez, spot the former school teacher.
I'm not familiar with this phrase.
Yeah, what's too many dice? What's too many dice?
There's too many dice in my dice tray to actually roll the dice because I was like, oh, just going to empty this out. It'll be fine.
Well, clearly you need a bigger dice tray.
Yeah,
clearly I do.
I hear there's some great places you can buy such things.
I'll have to check out Meeples and Dragons.
Hey.
I'm playing Miera, and now I need to just sort my dice out.
Cool, excellent. Hi, Cass. Premi.
Hi, I'm Promethean. I'll be playing Delgrim, the Duergar Ranger. I don't have a dice case, I just have a large box in which I just kind of dump them all.
Cool, excellent. A dice crate.
Mm.
Excellent, nice. John.
Hi, I'm John from Meeples and Dragons. I'm playing Tiernan, the words escape me today. The
Shardfolk.
Artificer.
Is there a single time you've actually recalled the word Shardfolk though?
No, I have not.
I believe the website still says Moon Elf.
That sounds about like something I'd do.
Oh, good. Sorry, I shouldn't have said.
We. It's been a long day. It's been a long Saturday. We had run an online tabletop specialty store, and there's a 25% discount running on at the moment as long as you use the code Jingle Sales.
Jingle Sales is the right one. It popped up on the screen before.
Not to be mistaken by Jiggle Sales.
Saz is sighing in the background. It's Jingles Ales, clearly. It's not Jingle Sales.
Jingles Ales.
Jingle Balls will also work.
Yes, maybe we should go to Rowan.
Request Ham for a pub runner named Jingle, so we can have Jingles Ales as a
consider
pub
it
in
done.
the world.
It's the Christmas episode.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh.
We're gonna save Jingles Balls. Heath.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Grumpfel, and I will be your decaffeinator.
Decaffeinator. Excellent. And last, but by no means least, Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate. I exist on this channel sometimes. I have not been here for a while. It's fine. I don't know what I'm playing tonight. We'll find out, because although this says Rowan, who knows? I don't exist right now. So
look, there's so many weird things have happened. You could be anyone. Maybe you'll be Delgrim.
Maybe
two Delgrims.
I can't wait for not a single one of us to tell, like, whatever character you are, a single thing about what happened in the last session.
I'm so looking forward to being incredibly confused all session. It's gonna be absolutely perfect. No notes.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. In the background, doing all the production and stuff is Saz. She's actually just stepped away from her machine, which is awesome because it means we can say how awesome she is and how much we love her, and she does incredible stuff. And she can't pull weird and stupid faces at us or anything like that because she still can't hear us. So you should shower her with love and appreciation because she does all of the shit for this, and also the other streams that get run on this channel as well. So she's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and as well as if you like this stream, she's also running another stream every opposite Friday. Or it fell out back.
This coming Friday. This coming Friday is the next session of Fallout Back.
Yeah,
it's a Aussie Fallout stream.
Exactly,
which was very well received by a bunch of the folk who watched the first one. Seemed to enjoy it quite a bit.
Fortunately, I missed it. Where can one watch it on playback?
Twitch and our YouTube channel when it gets uploaded.
Same rad place, same rad channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the
Outs-
pun. Well done with the pun.
Outstanding. Okay, do we have any other announcements? Anything else you want to shout out? I think go and buy all the stuff from Meeples and Dragons because they've got an
Look,
awesome
just
sale.
in case anyone can't hang around, keep an eye on Split Party TV's channel over the course of the next amount of time. So on Monday, I'll be playing the second of the charity games that I'm on there, but they're running an absolute string, and they've absolutely smashed their initial and secondary, and I think third also goals completely out of the park. For I think it's Game on Cancer they're raising funds for. So do please check them out when you can.
Okay. Awesome. Well, with that, let's jump into a quick summary of the previous session. Summary
Wait, I
for
get a
some.
summary? I get to know what happened?
You
Summary
fuck your
for
ass.
some. Just an intro
Nothing
dump
for
for
you.
others.
You
And
get nothing.
we'll jump into the game. So, where last we left off, our brave adventurers were about to continue onwards towards Cragslate and the mysterious gem mines. However, upon Gerlach vanishing, the party was shocked by who appeared in his place. So used to having Rowan return, the group looked at each other confusedly, as it was Rowan, just not theirs. Short-haired with a nasty scar and armed with sword and shield, this new Rowan seemed confused upon seeing the others. Conversations were had, and this Rowan divulged that in her world, Delgrim, our Duergar ranger, was no longer alive, having been killed by a beast in the caves of Harrow, and that the rest of the group had abandoned Rowan after the fire at the Wormshadow Theatre, leaving her trapped in the town, which was now under siege. With a strange tension now in the air, the group pressed on towards their destination, the new Rowan in tow. It was evening by the time they found themselves at the mouth of the Bellabin Gorge. Swift river cut through the tall rocky pass, but our heroes found an ancient, strangely constructed gondola-type system set up to transport people and gear high up over the river and towards whatever might lurk higher in the mountains. Thanks to Tiernan's handy skills and somewhat questionable assistance from other members of the party, the group was able to get the gondola working again. With night now fully embracing them, the party boarded the ancient contraption and began the long, slow journey upwards. It was during this journey, however, that they were set upon in the darkness by two massive griffins, their screeches echoing down the valley as they mercilessly attacked our heroes. Fighting bravely, the party managed to slay one, with this new Rowan demonstrating great skill with a blade, unlike anything they'd seen from their Rowan, and finally driving the second one off, badly wounded. Tending their wounds, they finally arrived at the gondola's destination, Cragslate. Nestled high amongst the mountains, the small town, long abandoned, had been reclaimed by nature. Buildings, dilapidated and covered in undergrowth, were situated along a single, barely visible road leading higher, with the only significant landmark being a tall tower visible at the other end of town. With it being late, the party made camp, while Tiernan and Delgrim scouted the surrounding area. Seemingly deserted, the only thing they encountered was a strange, large, and apparently carnivorous goat, which seemed unfazed by the presence of the two. Returning, the party settled in for the night, and prepared for the day ahead of them. What mysteries might this small abandoned town hold? And what would they find in the gem mines beyond? So, Tiernan, I believe there was something that you were wishing to do to kick things off.
Okay, have we had our long rest yet?
So this would be, at this point in time, when were you wanting to do it, like in the morning?
I don't really mind. Whatever works best for you.
Okay, that's completely thrown me off then. All right. So in that case, what will happen is that you guys will all settle down. You'll go through the process of doing your various watches over the course of the night. We had all those established. So make sure that all of you hit the long rest button. Make sure all your spell slots are back, all your hit points are back. As a point of reference for those of you watching at home, the party has leveled up to level 5. So they are absolutely brimming with newfound tools and spells and power and all sorts of shenanigans. What I would like to do, though, Delgrim, on your watch, it's a fairly balmy evening, and I think your watch was pretty much sort of roughly about the middle of the night. As soon as you were woken up, and I can't remember who was on watch before you, basically had gone and settled in. After about sort of 5 or 10 minutes of sitting up, there's this sense, not of something watching you, but it's like you can hear something. You're not sure what. And as you concentrate, you realize it's not a sound in the environment around you. It's something in your mind.
Gross.
It's hard to place. Like it's like there's something, almost like a presence. And from your experience back from where you're from and from your kin, you're very conscious of the various skills Duragar have in regards to psionics and psychic abilities. And whilst yourself, you've never really dabbled too much in it, you're familiar with what other Duragar have talked about, and you've got a sense that there's something out there. You're not sure if it's trying to communicate or what it is, but it's just this, like almost like a scratch that you can't reach in the back of your mind.
Okay. All right, I'm going to make your life difficult then. So I imagine then in the Gloomrot that they're, given this is a bit of a fairly broad spread ability, that there'd be kind of like a baseline existence of this kind of feeling back home, right? Is there any sense from this scratch then of a tilt towards either malevolence or indifference, or kind of where is there any way to get a read on kind of the scale of intent?
I would like you to make I actually want you to make an insight check on this.
Sure. That is an 11.
An 11. Okay. There doesn't seem to be, from what you can tell, any particular emotion attached to it. It's almost like, as you focus, hearing someone sort of scratching at the door of your mind.
Okay.
Something trying to kind of get in. There doesn't seem to be anything around that which belies benevolence, danger, or anything.
In which case, I think Delgrim would be inclined to probably wake up Grumpfel then.
Okay.
Little brother.
Mm.
And there would be a very unceremonious, like, slapping
Yeah.
on the side of the face.
What? Oh. What is it? What is it?
We are not alone. There is something reaching to me in my mind.
You haven't been into Miera's mushrooms, have you?
Delgrim will not respond to that comment and with anything more than an eye roll. Is there some way you can perhaps detect the nature of things that might be watching us, or
So looking
something of this
around,
kind?
Hamish, with dark vision, I can't see anything out there physically.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
And with
One.
that-
One plus 6, because perception's one of my good ones.
Look,
Is a
you've
7.
been woken up
I'm still half asleep.
in the middle of the night with no
Yeah.
coffee. Like this is
This is an outrage.
yeah. Delgrim's will be like he's still alive at this point.
You're in time. Fine, absolute joke. That's right. He gets pushed out in front of it. That's fine. Delgrim then will burn a spell slot on Primeval Awareness, which will allow me to sense more specifically if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 1 mile of me. And I'm not in favored terrain, so it doesn't expand. So anything within 1 mile of that nature, Delgrim will become.
Can you read that list out again a bit more slowly for me, please?
Your aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Curiosity, do any of the members of the party fall into those groups?
I would like to think that
No.
I would have a positive read on their presence and be able to filter them out of the use of that, but you never know.
I mean, that depends on what warlocks count as, right? And sorcerers.
You're not here.
Interesting.
Back in your box and/or ring.
The only thing that Grumpfel might have that would maybe help, but maybe not, would be detect magic. But that's got to work on visible things. If it's invisible or ethereal or astral, it won't work.
I sense nothing around, but I think it would be wise for Watch to have 2 people.
Okay, yes, fine. A good plan.
Sorry. This has had a little power blip. I was concerned I was going to drop out of existence then.
How much battery life has your phone got?
You're right.
So, whilst you guys are looking around, trying to see if you can spot anything sort of out in the darkness around you, the one thing that you do notice is that the lump of Rowan that had gone to sleep with you guys is now a different lump of Rowan, which did not go to sleep with you guys, but is, however, still actually lying here by the looks of things, asleep. But you can definitively tell because, of course, the other Rowan had very short hair. This Rowan definitively does not.
Has this changed the nature of the scratching at all? As this has occurred? No. Okay.
Lump of Rowan.
Yeah, I think Delgrim will approach the lump of Rowan then. Anyway.
Grumpfel will get the staff.
I'm sorry, Kate.
The lump of Rowan. Rude.
Could have just said the shield disappeared.
Well, I was thinking like there'd be a little blanket and it, let people look like just a little.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
going to give you a shovel, Ham, you can dig up. It's fine.
Oh,
it's
I
like
don't.
your
Need,
last Starfighter, like when the beta Alex is forming. It's that.
I don't need a shovel, Kate. I can do this job with my bare hands.
You have bare hands? You need to get those checked by a doctor.
Oh, God, Delgrim.
Not even American.
Oh my God! All right, let's
We're off the
refocus.
rails.
No, hang on, Hamish. If you've got any lineage from America, that's the only way you've got the right to bear arms.
There it is.
Knew
Thank
it was
you.
coming.
Thank you,
Delgrim
Kate.
approaches the lump of Rowan.
Okay, excellent.
And will more gently than he did with Grumpfel try and awaken Rowan and just establish the meta identity then of the lump of Rowan.
Oh, excellent. So Rowan, for you, you went to sleep where you last were.
Where I
And when
remember
you
being.
feel this nudging, you open your eyes and you are definitively not where you fell asleep.
Yep.
And there is a very, I was going to say very smelly ranger, but it's probably not fair. I don't know if Delgrim's smelly or not, but
It has been out in the
It's-
wilds a few days. We've gone through a swamp.
Yeah.
and through the swamp. Actually, Delgrim's probably pretty ripe.
There was a river.
Didn't
he would
Miera
have given
offer
himself a scrub down on that.
prestidigitation?
Oh, this is true. Okay, I retract my
Oh,
statement.
yeah.
Anyway, let's refocusing again. So yes, Rowan.
She's gonna take a second, and look up at Delgrim, shaking her awake. Just go, "Oh, good. You're not dead."
Delgrim will present one of the griffin feathers that was retrieved from the fight.
And you're showing me that because why?
You missed very good fight. But other you was very good in fight.
Other me? What do you mean, other me?
Come, Grumpfel is also
What do you...
awake. We will tell you the events that have occurred since you last blinked.
Okay. Just one question first.
Only one.
1.5. No one in the party is dead, and she's trying. You can tell she's trying to ask a question that she doesn't know how to because it's gonna make people worried.
And she's thinking this talking to Delgrim?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so no one in the party is dead, and you didn't get killed by. Nobody in the party is dead, right?
I did not get killed by monster in Harrow Cave. No.
Okay.
Or is this a different me who has been killed in some other gruesome way, making me even more so superior Delgrim?
I don't know how to answer that question.
It's
At
very
all.
confusing series of questions our situation seems to present. Which is why we should talk to Grumpfel. Grumpfel is much more brain than I in these conversations. If I make wrong words, perhaps he can make better words.
Grumpfel is more brain than I. Sorry.
That's
Yes. Great.
While
yes,
they're chatting, Grumpfel's just been looking around just in case there is anything stealthing up on us. Do you need another perception?
make another perception check. Absolutely. I want to make sure I get the surprise round in.
Yeah.
What? Oh my gosh. 3 + 6 is 9. Great.
Dude.
Borrowed my
All right.
dice.
Let's go
Those are good
physical dice. Where can I get physical dice from?
No, you do not
no.
see anything in the darkness. Somewhat
Okay.
distracted by this. Once again, another unusual conversation between Rowan and Delgrim.
And so, yeah, as Delgrim walks over with Rowan and to Grumpfel, he'll just very kind of quickly point out, no one here has died yet. But there is still at least one griffin in area, maybe nest, we don't know. And also carnivorous goat, Tiernan and I found during day. It goat, eat rabbit. It very strange. I've not seen goat eat rabbit before. It's fascinating.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, there is something out there that is scratching away with little mental paws at my mind. There's quite a lot going on tonight.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Grumpfel,
Yes.
our Rowan
Yeah.
has returned.
Welcome back. Just to check, what was it that you said to Lady Alton at her residence when we were in Harrow?
That I said to Lady Alton. Which
At-
Lady Alton? Do you mean the one who...
The senior.
Well, I didn't say anything to Lady Alton Senior.
Delgrim, this is our Rowan. That was a
See?
trick question.
I
Well
told
done.
you, Grumpfel
Kate
is.
mentally going, "Oh no, what happened in previous sessions?"
The
Grumpfel-
DM was sitting here
Hey,
going, "What the fuck is being
I loaded the question for you not to remember what we did and go, I don't think I said anything.
You absolute jerk, but also brilliant. See, I told you, Grumpfel much smarter than I. Make sure you are actually our Rowan. So let us tell you all things that have happened since you blinked out of existence.
Whilst this conversation is going on,
All right.
I think both Tiernan and Miera, you would have both probably woken up overhearing this conversation and would see now your Rowan,
yes.
not Lump.
2 out of 3 of us would have had a hushed conversation.
Yeah. But just
Really?
also, you can see them now having this conversation, and you guys are awake at the same time as well.
Oh, I would have thought I'd gotten so used to Mira's loud snoring that I wouldn't have overheard.
Wow.
I have earplugs in, so
Do you?
Shame.
Excellent. That's really useful to know, actually.
Hello, Raiders from a channel that I mod for. Hi, Andre. Thank you for bringing people over here.
Hey, Raiders.
I should go close the tab. Excuse me.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do from here? You've got your Rowan back. Are you? Yeah. What do you guys want
to
to do?
be traded? Come on now.
So Delgrim will kind of rush through, I guess, the bare details of events that have occurred since Rowan blipped out. So first, Gothak came back. You remember Gothak? We told you about Gothak when you blinked out. Gothak, Orkman, who replaced you one time. Gerlach.
Gerlach.
Yeah,
yes.
Gerlach. The green, fighty one. Tiernan figured out. Tiernan, you tell Rowan. We figured out. We figured out how this works. It entire different reality, entire different existence. What do you mean you know?
I'm not stupid.
How-
I was trying to figure it out too. It's not like
what did
what
you
do you think I've been doing when I've been in weird places that aren't here, just sitting on my hands?
Last time we had this conversation, you said, I don't know anything. I don't know. What do we do? What do you find out? What happened when you left?
Which time?
Last time you left.
Which time? She's saying it, kind of trying to remind you that you've seen 2 versions of her since, so her question is which time?
Well, I take it you don't know what happened when with what happened here. So Gerlach come, we fight Hag on giant turtle, Gerlach disappear, then entirely different Rowan appear.
A Rowan?
In Gerlach's place. A Rowan with sword and shield, very good fighter. Incredibly skilled with short sword. I cannot even begin to tell you. Absolutely amazing. But also incredibly skilled fighter Rowan tell us that in their universe, Delgrim is dead. Died in Harrow. Also, everyone else left other Rowan in left behind. In Harrow?
Yes, that's what I saw. I didn't exactly know it was definitely other me, but it made sense, I guess, that it was very confusing when you're taking the place of yourself. Less confusing when you're taking the place of somebody else, which is an odd thing to think. You would have thought that taking your own place would be easier because you know who you are, but you kind of don't. Anyway, she was, they were still in Harrow, and it seems like it's not a place we should go back if it's anything that like what it was like for her if we were to go back. Delgrim, did they tell you how you died? I know that's a weird question to ask.
Not details, only I did not come out of cave.
Okay.
You know details? What are details? Tell me.
I mean, I know what was there in the cave, or at least I figured out what was in the cave.
Is same monster we fought in our cave?
We've met the monster before. That's true.
Larry?
She goes dead silent.
Other Rowan did mention Larry.
Mm-hmm. That she did.
Did other Delgrim get eaten by...
That's what she said last time, recall? Called on the dead.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I wasn't
Hamish,
there when it happened, but
what would Blinky be doing at this point in time?
I assume checking that I exist and I'm the real person.
Blinky
What's been
Blinky
told
would be
before?
doing Blinky is currently behind your shoulder, Tiernan. Just like with the eye just high enough, kind of it's like he's just peering over as if very sort of unsure.
Okay.
Wary.
Just wanted to make sure he wasn't interrupting the conversation.
From what I can tell, the creature under Harrow that everyone's so scared of, in that reality at least, is Larry. And I mean, you know that I didn't like Larry particularly to begin with, and I don't think that deals are a good idea to make unless you know what deals you're making for my own reasons, but I didn't think it was fair for you to not know what you might have gotten yourself in for.
It is useful to know that inferior Delgrim not able to hold his own against such creature.
We shouldn't under or overestimate theoreticals. What if that particular Delgrim was superior to you, and that Larry was far superior to the Larry we know here?
I suppose it's possible, Tiernan. It's
Just wariness and
we know these places have
careful.
entirely different things that happen. Tiernan's home not exist in Gerlach's home.
This is true. It seems like each different reality is a permeation of our own, with some slight change in one or more different characteristics. I do have a hypothesis that suggests that potentially, and it's yet to be truly verified, that Rowan being the Nexus, it could very well be that the each permutation of reality, one of the party members is dead in each one, but haven't got enough information to confirm or deny it.
Yes.
But it's great to see you again, Rowan. Quite certain you've had a bit of an adventure, that's for sure. But
Sounds like you guys are the ones having all the. It's safe fun. I
we
seem to
killed
end up.
a bird thing. Tiernan's literally pointing to the dead griffin. I don't think any of us work out it was a griffin.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I got the better end of the stick. I had a lovely tea with a lovely academic after convincing her not to torture me, I suppose.
Oh, that sounds.
And
That's a plus.
And then I just sort of walked around Harrow trying to work out what was different and what was the same. I hope. Yeah, I don't know. The Malagarths and the Beckforths seem to be gonna go to heads on this for a long time. There's not a lot of anything any of us are going to be able to do. It's like everything in these worlds it starts off just fractionally different, and then I mean Gerlach's world seems wild compared to here, compared to this. And she's like trying to come up with the words to mean time and space, but doesn't have the language to do that, really.
Did they mention the other the other Rowan had a scar on her face? Miera's lying in bed. She hasn't got up, but she's like lying on her side watching them talking.
It'll look very cool. You should consider learning how to use sword and shield properly and getting scar on face.
Well, we've made it to Cragslate now, so that's where we're currently camped.
I was going to say, where are we?
Yes.
It doesn't
I'm the
feel
goat.
the same. And also, I like my quarterstaff. I don't need a sword. She like almost clutches at it slightly possessively and like, what's business about swords? I like my big stick.
Okay. Did we have a fire? Has it just burned down low? Did we not have a fire?
I don't know. Did you guys have a fire? Has it burnt down low?
I can't remember.
Delgrim will have kept a fire, but he will keep it low because the dark is more familiar.
And one of Tiernan's standards actions is to always cast alarm, which is a 20-foot radius.
Yep, that would have been done. Yep, that'll all be set up. Yep. So with that,
it's just more of if the fire was out, I might have used the staff to create a dim light because I know not all of us have dark vision.
Yeah. No, it sounds like there was still a fire very low, but
cool.
So with that, is there any other conversation that you would all like to have, or would you like to return to sleep for the evening with a few things to ponder?
Rowan will offer to take watch on account of she hasn't done it in a while and it feels only fair and reasonable.
That does seem fair and reasonable.
Yeah.
I think Delgrim will probably hang out with Rowan just on the off chance that she blinks out of existence again, though.
Yeah.
And see through that watch as well before crashing out.
Okay.
Rowan will basically take all of the remaining watches and choose not to go to bed. Because she doesn't need to.
He's well rested.
Anymore. Nope. Doesn't need to.
Does Rowan need any healing?
Nope. I assume that given what I've just been doing, Ham, that you're counting that based on my new
You're fine.
stuff as
cool.
I've had a long rest. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Cool.
John, I think you were trying to say something?
Nothing much, but I think we're all going to need some of your strong coffee in the morning, Grumpfel.
I'm going to break into my special stock.
Much appreciated.
Excellent.
Is it still dark?
It is still dark. It's the middle of the night.
Oh, my little gingerbread light man is going to be doing like a little jig around, just keeping the lights on for a
like
little
a little night light.
Yeah, until I fall asleep, he's just kind of dancing.
And he goes and curls up beside you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It stays up even when you're asleep.
No, I don't think it does.
It only lasts for a minute.
Yeah. She's just constantly recasting it. So with that, you guys all settle in. Delgrim, you and Rowan stay up until you finally decide to crawl into your sleeping role. And the rest of the night passes uneventfully. You all wake up the next morning, except for Rowan, of course, who is still awake. Delgrim
Just sorted out her stuff overnight, like just made sure that everything's still there. She's got a lot of things. Nothing's gone walkies.
Yeah. Delgrim, when you wake up, you know how when you wake up sometimes and you've had a dream, it's like trying to hold sand in your fingers. You can feel it sort of sifting away, and no matter what you do, you can't keep it in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got this that similar sensation. But the one thing that does stick in your mind is this feminine voice that you have never heard before say, "That which shines will blind you all." The scratching that you were feeling
will immediately don the hat much faster than normal then.
The scratching that you were feeling in the back of your mind is still there. but it's not nearly as noticeable as before. It's sort of like almost like a very dull itch that you can sort of push to the back of your mind. For the rest of you, as you awaken, the day is overcast, still warmish, but there are clouds through the sky, and you can see them sort of swirling around the tops of the Scimitar Mountains, which surround you. As you guys go about your normal morning routines of getting organized, Grumpfel going around sorting out his coffee, everyone doing their bits and pieces. Is there anything in particular people are wanting to do before you venture forth?
Are we still close to the edge of the ravine?
You are because you'd set up your little campsite at the landing platform of the gondola.
If it's now light, Miera is going to be kind of going just to the edge and peering down to see if she can spot dog anywhere down there.
All you can see, it's even hard to, like, the river hundreds of feet below. It's hard to see much detail of anything from this height.
Tiernan is probably going to take his coffee and literally stand on the very edge of the ravine, just looking off into the distance. He doesn't appear to have any real fear of heights. He's going to wander over to the corpse of the griffin and just drinking his cup of coffee, starts to look it over a little bit and kneel down and look over the body and pluck a few feathers. Would I be able to make a check to see the sex of the creature?
Sure. Make a nature roll.
Oh.
So
wait, hang on. Did I go and then Tiernan, like suddenly I'm back and now John
I did
knows
pretty
how to
well
roll
on my
things?
rolls last.
What's going on?
Yeah.
What alternate dimension are you in,
Yeah.
bro?
He sucked all the good dice roll energy away from Heath. 22. Look, you are able to ascertain that this appears to be male.
Delgrim, friend Delgrim, do you have a moment?
Yes.
Creatures are your specialty, are they not?
More so below surface than above surface. I not seem to be doing very good job of navigating creatures of this above place.
I was just curious because this is a male griffin, and they were in pairs. That have been a breeding pair that we just saw?
It might have. I tried to establish this while we were stabbing and fighting. I not know enough about griffin to know if they care for each other's welfare, but they did not seem to. They did not seem to do so. But you could well be right. There could be griffin nest anywhere near this area. If I was to guess, I would say very top of tower over there in the city.
Was that out of curiosity, when the griffin took off, the other one, what direction did it fly towards?
It flew away from Cragslate.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just wondering if it was something you were interested in, whether or not there'd be a nest around. Just idle thought, really.
You ask if I'm interested in finding a little griffin egg to raise from the adorable little baby griffin? Absolutely, I'm interested in this. Also,
I didn't
very
realize you'd go
dangerous.
that far, but all right.
Also, very dangerous, I hear.
But is that something that's necessarily going to stop you?
Absolutely not.
Keep
your eye out. If you see wings, if you see shadow on ground passing overhead, might be close. Also, keep eye out for that which shines. I have strange dreams this morning. I hear voices say that which shine will blind you all.
Tiernan's going to look at him a little bit. Yeah. Okay. No problems. And then Tiernan will wander over to Miera and ask, "You got your glow moss? Still?"
Yeah, Yeah, it's still got a little bit.
None's
Wait,
missing.
does glow moth shine? It might blind us all, according to my dream.
He's doing this outside of your hearing.
Okay, great.
He's just checking. I'm just wanted to make sure that you've got the same amount as you did yesterday. No one's been dipping into your stash or anything.
I will go back to where my bags are, and I'll have a rummage.
That's what the hike's been all about. That's why Rowan keeps popping out of existence. Someone's been in Miera's stash.
Yeah.
Good.
Do I have the right amount of glow moss?
You do. It appears to be the right amount. So apparently, Tiernan asking whether or not Delgrim's been microdosing is not in fact correct.
I didn't ask about Delgrim. I never mentioned any names.
No, all of your glow moss still seems to be there.
Yep. I'll go back to Tiernan and I'll say, yep, it's
Okay.
still there.
Just checking, just making sure.
Do you want some?
I am perfectly fine, thank you.
Okay. Well, let me know if you do.
It won't be a problem, but sure.
Okay, so with breakfast eaten, coffee consumed, your camp area all dealt with, you guys face the small, dilapidated village of Cragslate. What do you guys want to do?
Well, the only main landmark is that tower from here, unless we wish to rummage through more of the dilapidated buildings. But Delgrim and I did not seem to find much last night.
I think checking tower, good idea. If we get to top of tower, we can get lay of land, plot out a route to where map says gem mine is.
Oh, but be careful of the goats. They don't seem to be. What's the word? They're not herbivores.
Carnivorous goats.
Yeah.
Carnivorous goats.
Never
Carnivor-
even heard of such a thing.
Out of interest, carnivorous or omnivorous? Are they eating both? Or... She's like very much suddenly got her, like she's channeling her dad. The farmer element of like curious about how these animals work has just
didn't
come out
stop
in force
to
by
check
accident.
or ask.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
wants to
fair.
go.
The
We should
consuming
investigate.
the bunny was a bit of a, something that's off-putting.
No, that's fair. Anyway, I think my curiosity has been piqued with everything going on. So just to check, because I obviously haven't been around for a day or so. Cragslate, still aiming for the gem mine. Haven't discovered anything else that I should know about in the last couple of days.
No, other than
Fighting a bunch of things that means that like y'all seem to have more fun than me.
well, I wouldn't see that's the highest point of our trip. More to do with the multiple realities that seem to be fracturing around you.
That's a way to put it that I hadn't thought about before.
You do appear to be the
Awesome.
Nexus.
Oh, good. I'm so happy about. She said, like that full blown like sarcasm and snark of someone who has just realized that something they've done could be incredibly problematic. Oh, good. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to hear. That I'm the cause of the world collapsing. Great. Good.
I didn't say
fine.
the cause. I just said the Nexus point.
We don't know this though.
Potato.
There might be more than one. It might not be only Rowan this happened to.
That is true, but it's like this. If you would pick up a rock and throw it on Miera and break it, you don't blame the rock. You blame the person who threw it.
Who's throwing rocks at me?
Rowan
Who
Rowan mutters
used
under her
to-
breath. Sometimes you blame the rock. Depends on the rock.
Who you suggest throw Rowan at Miera?
Grumpfel will start looking around, but not straying out of eyesight of the group while they're following this metaphysical conundrum.
All for the sake of like narrative pace on the way to the
Yeah.
large tower.
Oh yeah,
Are we
yeah.
Out of
walking
the
towards
city.
the tower?
100%. Like this is
Yeah.
happening whilst
Okay.
talking
sure,
and walking.
for
This
sure.
is not this is not a static sass off in the middle
No,
of camp.
that is
If
totally
Blinky would
cool.
be on Griffin watch duty.
If we
Okay.
do pass any buildings, I will be peeking in them on
Okay.
our way.
So can I get all of you to please make perception checks as you walk through this abandoned village and see if you spot anything of interest. Delgrim, I can tell by your expression that obviously you rolled exceptionally well.
I did for a total of 10.
Awesome. Outstanding. Tiernan, what about you?
I rolled a 17 and Blinky rolled a 20. 30.
Okay. Awesome. Excellent. Miera?
16.
16. Delgrim? Not Delgrim,
15,
Grumpfel?
sorry. 15.
We're getting slightly better. That was a 6 on the dice plus 6 is 12.
Okay, excellent. And Rowan?
15.
15. Okay. All of you who got over about 15, you don't notice anything untoward. Most of the buildings, like Miera, when you peek through a window, you can see inside the remains of a house, as I've explained before, that has been reclaimed by nature. Tables have got vines covering them. Old fireplaces are now filled with plants. Moss clings to the stonework of the walls. Anything that you can see in there that resembles anything of value has probably long since been reclaimed by nature. You don't spot anything strange or weird, except for Tiernan, who, as you're looking around, getting close to this tower, you sort of glance down between a couple of these old buildings.
Well, it would have been Blinky who rolled the dirty 20.
Was it Blinky? I thought you got a... Oh, you got
No,
a 7.
I actually
Okay,
rolled
so
15.
So Blinky comes down on your shoulder and grips your shoulder and almost sort of like redirects you to look in a certain direction, and then zooms part way over and shines a little light to sort of spotlight. In the shadows of the side of one of these buildings, you can see what appears to be lying on the ground the body of one of those goats, but it's half concealed behind the building.
Okay. How fresh is it?
Are you going to go over and have a look?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
I'll tug on Delgrim's arm and say, "Look, one of those goats that we saw previously."
Speaking of tugging,
I got a terrible choice of words tonight, don't I?
do I still have that little mental scratch happening, or is that dissipated with the morning?
It's still there.
Okay.
But it's not enough to be distracting, but it's enough where if you stop and kind of focus, you're like, it's still there.
Yeah, which I think, in which case, Delgrim will probably do that every 10, 15 minutes or so, just to see if there's any kind of sense of change in what it is. Let us have a look at goat. This is incredible creature I've never seen before. Bring it out. We examine rabbit-eating goat.
Right here, so we can go over there and have a look.
Okay. So you go over to where the body of the goat is, and you can see as you approach, half concealed behind the building, half concealed in tall grass. As you get closer, you can see it is very much dead. On the side of the goat, there is a large, open, exposed wound. It doesn't look like it's been done by a blade. Doesn't look like it's been done by teeth. It looks like something has some kind of energy has hit this goat and killed it.
Friends, you want to come this way? There is something perhaps to see.
Can I investigate the body and use what arcane knowledge I do have to determine what sort of energy it was?
It would probably still be a medicine check, to be honest,
Okay.
because you're more than welcome to make a roll.
He's not very good.
Can
He wouldn't help.
can Grumpfel assist with that?
Yeah,
if
for
it's
sure.
a medicine check.
If you want to roll as well, Grumpfel, or
Yeah, can do.
Tiernan knows that he's not best when it comes to medicine, so he would defer to Grumpfel.
Right, should we go digital dice? Of
what did you
physical
actually
dice?
roll, John?
I didn't roll.
Oh, okay, I thought you did.
No.
Okay. In that case, Grumpfel, you can roll with advantage since Tiernan's helping you.
Okay, cool.
I'll be your assistant.
First roll is a 15. Second roll is a 17.
Okay, awesome. Excuse me. There's no signs of fire. There's no burns. There's no ice damage. It doesn't have any traces of like necrotic energy. If anything, from what you can tell, it looks like it's almost just pure arcane energy or force, also known as force damage, effectively.
So would that then give any residual like crushing damage to any part of what's left? Has that sort of, is it a clean cut? Has there been any searing? Is it sort of with a if it's force damage, has if it's been hit and halved with force damage, is there residual evidence around on the what's left of it of some sort of crushing?
I mean, there's elements of that from the sheer force of being hit by it, but it's actually like it's basically blowing a hole in this thing.
Okay.
Right.
The carcass hasn't been consumed at all, though. In
No.
addition to that, there's
There's no signs of like other animals that have found it and chowed down.
I think at this point, then Delgrim's going to probably do a bit of a sweep of the area for any other kind of tracks, just to go and get a sense of the goat's approach to where it got to, and if there's any immediate then explanation for what might have inflicted that damage.
Yeah, for sure. Make a survival check.
Probably we should
Would
mention
Arcana
to the
help?
rest of the group, Grumpfel, about
Oh.
the be on the lookout.
Tell you what,
Indeed.
speaking of bingo, we'll use the chunky, but I'll also burn the inspiration I'm holding on to from previous session as well.
Okay.
You don't really need to. Of course I don't need to. You son of a bitch.
That's okay. You don't have to declare you're using the inspiration then waste it. Like you can
Okay.
hold on to that. That's fine.
Noted. 22 then.
22. It looks from what you can tell, you investigate the area. It looks like the goat had been wandering down this main part of the road. So basically you're heading sort of northwestish. It was heading southeast, so basically sort of coming from the direction that you're heading in. The tracks that you can see were that it started to veer off the road. And it looked like it was starting to pick up speed, probably running. And then it got hit by whatever this was and got blown back by the force of the damage.
Okay. It's
Magical force or concussive force?
You would have...
this giant gash inside, not very concussive. It looked like it quite painful. It looked like God approaching something at speed. If I had to guess, I say this defensive wound on part of whatever God might be running at. Or whoever God might be running at.
Would you guys have said anything about thinking this was magic based?
Yeah. Grumpfel would be discussing out loud with Tiernan, since they were doing the medicine check, and then reach the conclusion of force damage.
If you thought it was arcane, can Rowan would come across and sort of put her hand in her pocket, and you wouldn't see what she was doing, but she's hanging on to the piece of rock that exists in her pocket at all times that she cannot get rid of, and just try and suss out what she could tell from from a magic perspective. If there's anything she can tell from looking at it that's not just it force though.
Make an Arcana check, and I will base this on your experiences and stuff when it comes to DC.
Because the specifically if you're talking about force damage, it's something that she might.
Yep.
That is a 19.
Ooh. Okay. You're quite familiar with this kind of thing, Rowan. This to cause this level of damage, you've seen it before. It's not common. You've probably done this before.
It's kind of why I was asking.
And it takes a lot of power to inflict this much damage.
Mm-hmm. So I know you think this is magic, and I'd see it. It's a pretty powerful moment that causes something like this. I don't know if I've done it before, but I might have. It looks a little familiar to me.
What could it have? What would have been the cause?
I'm just confirming something with Ham to see if I'm right about what he's talking. Yep. Something like, I don't know. And she's gonna look around. Is there looking for a rock that's not structural?
Oh look, there's
I'm not stupid.
There'll be the side of one of the buildings where most of it's collapsed, and there's a couple of loose bricks kind of just barely keeping this thing together.
Cool. She's gonna Eldritch Blast the rock, basically.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay.
Over there.
Right. So you unleash the magic at this rock, and you guys watch as this.
Does Rowan give us any stand back or just boom?
Nope. Like this, and then she goes.
Yeah. And you've seen her do this before. It's been.
Oh yeah, I've cast this before. This is not new news.
Oh, okay.
It's just been a long time.
It's more of without
it's been
notice.
Since the bandits. Just FYI, it's been since the bandits in the cave back when
Right.
Larry was around.
Back when Delgrim nearly died. Also.
Yeah. So you watch as the energy shoots across this road, smashes into what's left of this sort of ruined side of a wall, sending rocks flying, a puff of dust. There is bits of vines and moss go flying as the wall kind of gets semi-vaporized by this blast of energy.
Kinetic force blast.
Yeah, sure. Yep. I don't really know what it is exactly, but
well, we can really
with that Grumpfel is looking around and making sure that it hasn't attracted anything.
Make a perception check for me, Mr. Grumpfel.
18.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All we can really do is be a bit more cautious. Something's killed some wildlife with some arcane kinetic force blast, I guess. Not too sure what would cause that around here.
No,
but is it gonna? Are we gonna keep moving, or?
I think we probably should. I'm not exactly powerful enough to do more than that. So if something is and it's gonna she looks back at the creature on the ground do that, then I don't know that we should be around necessarily if it comes back.
If we move to tower is more defensible position, and again it seemed to me like defensive attack, so as long as we're non-aggressive in approach, I do not think we have so much to worry about.
So you guys continue on down the road heading towards this tower. It doesn't take you too long to get there. This is a pretty small little town, a little village pretty much. As you get closer to the tower, you can see that about the bottom third of it is just encased in greenery. Vines, moss crept up. You can see partway up, rocks have fallen out of the side. It's dilapidated, again, affected by the fact that it's been left untouched for who knows how long at this stage.
Well, does Tiernan recognize any other sort of, or I can ascertain what some of the buildings were actually used for? Like, the only thing we're really going on is there was an abandoned gem mine here. Just trying to verify that this is in fact a mining town.
Make
the type of buildings he sees.
Yeah.
You can make either an investigation check by going around actually like kind of having a sift through buildings and check, or you can make a perception check, which is just basically like sort of looking around it as you go.
Or he's not going to leave.
In either case, Delgrim will help because very much that same vein. It's useful if we do happen across anything of use in our future endeavors.
It's not something that Tiernan would actually leave the group to perform. He just was trying to actually perceive as he
walks
by.
But
so.
Perception check with advantage, thanks to Mr. Delgrim.
10.
10?
Shouldn't use the digital die.
I mean, most of these buildings are like roofs are gone, walls have collapsed. Really, really hard to tell. You don't see anything obvious, like you don't see any furnaces set up or places for smelting metals or anything that would indicate anything around mines or the like. At least
the tower will show us more information.
Yeah. So at the base of the tower, you can see that there is a single door. That door itself has been. You can see it's been smashed. The top of it's barely hanging from a hinge. The bottom of it doesn't exist. It's ancient. It's not like this door has just been smashed recently. Like, again, it's covered in moss and greenery. And inside, you can see the dark interior of this tower. Up close, the tower's not huge. Like, it's about 40 feet high. But from a width point of view, it's actually not actually that wide. It's quite small.
Can Miera check the moss, please?
Sure. Make a for like. What are you trying to ascertain?
I want to see if it's glow moss.
Sure thing.
Street value is what Miera's trying to ascertain.
Make a nature check.
Perhaps she can cut it with the glow.
Next week on Border Force. I am innocent. You want the other short one, not me, not the gnome.
Wait,
friendly.
wait.
11.
To be fair, there are 4 short ones in the party,
Yeah.
so I mean that's.
That was an 11.
It's moss. It's the kind of moss that you've seen on rocks. It doesn't appear to be glowing.
The whole time we've been walking to, Miera's been muttering about having to walk because she was on dog for a lot of the time before and had grown accustomed to not having to walk.
Getting across.
Making me
Well,
walk like
Highness.
a peasant.
Over the course of a single day.
Yeah. I need my steed. So, what are you
Needs to
guys
become
doing?
a ranger so she can have a steed.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tame one of the goats.
Oh my god, a
It's-
paladin, so she can summon her own
There you
steed.
go.
It has crossed my mind.
It's moss with
Suddenly, Miera takes levels in Paladin exclusively to get fine speed.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Well, I guess we well,
Going in the hole.
does it look structurally sound?
I mean, it's still standing. It's got a slight lean to it, but I mean,
Good enough.
It's standing, which is a lot more than a number of the other buildings around here. So,
Yeah.
So you guys make your way inside. The bottom floor of this tower is almost non-existent. Like you're pretty sure there's some wooden boards, but for the most part, tall grass has grown up between them. There's rocks that have fallen from further up that have come inside. There's not even really anything that resembles furniture or anything of that nature on this bottom floor. However, there is a stone staircase which spirals up the wall, up the tower itself. And you can see that at the top there appears to be a second floor.
Separately to that, is there anything on the first floor that indicates like some kind of basement area?
Ooh, interesting. Okay. If you would like to do a search, you can either make a perception check by looking around, or you can make a investigation check by
20!
shifting stuff. All right. Delgrim, channeling his inner ranger.
The hell, we're in a building.
Doing
Yeah.
ranger stuff.
I'm looking for a freaking trapdoor.
There's grass. It's like that's what rangers deal with. It's
Yeah,
fine.
okay, that's fair.
Cool. And you're inside, which is like being underground. So it's a combination of the two best
Also-
things.
I just got this
Bingo.
little picture of him
Yeah,
going.
everyone got bingo, I think.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Should have
So-
made it harder.
You spend probably a good sort of 5 or 6 minutes searching around the bottom floor of this tower, looking for anything that looks like a trap door, anything of that nature. There's nothing. You find what appears to be a few pieces of like a broken table, a couple of pieces of broken crockery that's like fallen between cracks and stuff like that, but nothing that indicates anything that's like a door to a basement or anything of that nature.
I can conclusively say that it's not appear to be any kind of cellar here. I think we go up these stairs, maybe have a look around, see if we can establish what purpose the building was.
Okay, sounds like a good plan. I mean, I'm wondering if it was used for defensive reasons, given where the blast might have come from. But let's go up, and she's gonna almost literally like head up to see if she can get
Okay.
upstairs.
Just
Cool.
completely out of character. Does this? I don't want to say it.
Do
Does it bear resemblance to a certain Halloween episode?
it. No, there's no cellar.
No, because you're in a completely different part of the world. So
Does the tower have any room, like is it part of a palisade or a wall, or is there a ruin of a wall either side, or it's just a tower by
just
itself?
a freestanding tower. Yeah.
Tiernan's going to go up the stairs with
Okay.
Rowan.
Everybody
Well,
going up the stairs?
Yeah, Delgrim will follow as well, but more or less just doing that. So trying as they kind of go up and search through these floors or come across these floors to establish what function each kind of room or area might have potentially served.
Cool. Okay. You guys make your way up the stairs. There is literally 2 floors in this place. There is the bottom, and there is at the top where the stairs lead up to. There's actually nothing else in between. As you make your way up the stairs, Rowan being the enthusiastic one who went first, like there's at least one stair where you put your foot on it and the rock moves. It's just a little bit enough to make you feel slightly uncomfortable, but a little bit of dust shifts and slowly falls to the ground below, but it's not enough to indicate that like the stairs are going to collapse. But
Yeah.
you know,
Just nimble, it's fine.
this place is old.
Yeah.
As you get to the top, you can see the top floor as well as very, very simplistic. It doesn't have quite the same amount of overgrowth here. There is still moss clinging to the rocks, but you can see in one corner there is a small bed. There's no mattress or anything like that. A tiny set of drawers and a number of tables and desks. Some of them are definitely in sort of a worse state than others, having succumbed to age. You can see strewn across the desks what appears to be various flasks and metal apparatus. Hard to entirely tell what they are. On one of the tables, you can see there's also what appears to be actually a stack of old books.
Tiernan would be immediately drawn to the apparatus.
Okay.
Trying to verify what they were used for.
Okay, so you're going to go and check that out. What's everybody else doing?
Miera probably go for the books.
Rowan's going to go to like the window or equivalent and to see if the like lines of sight, things like what this tower can see.
Yep, for sure.
Delgrim will be either right by Rowan's side or on the opposite side of the tower, kind of mirroring that exact thing just to...
Well, that's up to you. Are you right next to Rowan or are you on the opposite side of the tower?
No, I think...
How big is this?
Would be next to Rowan then, because that's Delgrim's primary purpose for the tower is to use it to get their bearings and to use the tower's existence to help plot the next part of their course.
Okay.
Whereas Rowan is looking at it from I don't know where I am. I'm trying to work out what can I see from here. What is this place?
Are
For
there
sure.
griffin nests?
Grumpfel, what were you trying to do?
I was sort of checking what I had in my sheet. We might not. We don't have a spare 10 minutes for that. It's something that probably needs to be done now. Grumpfel's going to just basically try and stop everyone and go, wait a moment, wait. So, how big is this room?
So the room is probably...
I'm not going to cast fireball.
I know,
okay?
that's like that's the question. Though.
Grumpfel doesn't.
Cleric.
That's the I know,
I'm a
but that's
cleric,
still the,
not a wizard.
still the question.
How big is the room?
It's about 30. It's about 40 feet diameter. It's not huge. But yeah.
Okay. We have a tower. We have apparatus. We have books. Let's just be a little cautious here. I would like to utter a cantation that would allow me to see if anything is magical in here, or if you should give me 10 minutes, I can cast it in such a way that allows me to reuse it again. But perhaps we should just check to make sure there's nothing here that might go kaboom, like our hapless goat friend.
Rowan not steps back, because if I stepped back, I'd step out the window. But like that energy of stepping back, to sort of let him have the room without touching stuff.
Okay.
Not actually stepping back though, because that's a bad life choice.
All right.
That's a death choice.
So Grumpfel, you are ritually casting
Detect magic.
Okay, cool. All right. So you settle down and start to do that. We'll go back to Tiernan. Tiernan, can you make a you can either make an investigation check or an arcana check to ascertain what this stuff might have been used for.
Bit of a fire. Either way, it's a 24.
24.
Nice.
Okay. It is pretty obvious that the materials on this table were used in alchemy. Most of them are rusted or broken or in a state of disrepair where they would not be able to be used anymore. But it's pretty obvious to you, that's whoever it was that lived here was doing some kind of alchemy work. Rowan and Delgrim, can you guys both please make perception checks for me so that you can see what you can see?
16.
16?
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Plus 1.
Okay. So, had you guys specifically said sort of which direction you were looking in from windows again? Sorry, I can't remember. Or just you went to different windows?
No, I think we ended up going to the same window, but I would go to the way we had come because I was trying to work out where we were coming from, but I also don't. Doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. Okay, so going and looking at the windows from the way you came then, looking down that direction, you can see out over the small village, you can see to where the gondola platform is and the gorge far beyond. But for the briefest of moments, Rowan, between two buildings you see movement. Definitely not a goat. And it's a little bit harder to tell in this with the overcast weather, but if you had to make a guess, it looked like chunks of maybe crystal floating through the air and vanishing behind a building.
She's going to take 2 steps back into the room, like away from the window.
Mhm.
And in fact go to the other side to just look out the other side window just to see if it's like one, like specifically located in one area of whatever's below them, or if it's happening across.
Right. Okay. So make another perception check for me, please.
And will I have noticed Rowan's reaction?
You would have,
having
yeah.
seen
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
16. 15 plus 1.
While this is going on, the equipment, alchemy equipment, is that so old it's useless?
It's absolutely useless. Yeah. Okay, so Rowan, you head over to the other window and look out. Out that direction, you can see 2 things. The first thing that you can see is the road leading out of this village up towards the side of the mountains, which are very, very close to here, probably I don't know, quarter of a kilometer away. It's like it's not that far at all. And you can see the road leads up to what appears to be a cave entrance.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see near the cave entrance, it's hard to exactly tell from here what it is, but it looks like there's maybe equipment, or it looks like there's maybe crates or barrels. There's stuff around this cave entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to tell from here. The other thing that you can see is that on the about 50, 60 feet from the edge of town, so still amongst the buildings,
Mhm.
across the road appears to be some kind of makeshift barricade.
Okay.
The middle of it does not appear to exist anymore. And again, it's all heavily overgrown. But you can see carts which have been overturned. You can see crates and barrels, as if whoever was here in the past had created some kind of barricade across the road. Now, whilst you think about that information, I'm just going to quickly jump across to Miera because she was looking at the books at the same time with us. So, Miera, what are you wanting to do with the books?
I want to have a look at them and see if there's anything interesting there. I want to see if there's any, like, maybe some recipe books or some romance novels.
Okay. So you look at the first book, and like there's a thick layer of dust across the top of it. And as you sort of gently try to wipe the dust off, you wipe the whole cover off at the same time as the rotten binding and paper just disintegrates under your hand. And you kind of pull back and you're like, yeah, okay, these books have been left out, open, exposed.
So the next one I will use prestidigitation on instead.
Can you make a perception check for me, please?
There was a 5.
5. Cool. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, like everything on this table is just a thick layer of dust and stuff. It's hard to but the books seem to be absolutely buggered.
How to cook humans.
Yeah. So we're still waiting for the detect magic to go off. So I'm going to Tiernan. Was there anything else that you wanted to do before we bounce back to Rowan and Delgrim?
Floor?
Sorry?
This is the top floor?
Yes.
Apart from that, there's no real anything left in the room because Miera's already looking at the books. I've looked at the apparatus. There's nothing nothing else to the room, is there?
I mean, you can search the room if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just I'll investigate some of the walls or something along those nature to see maybe if there's some sort of hidey hole or secret stash or something that he's heard about.
Are you just going to do that sort of throughout the entire room? Just the walls?
Yeah, just throughout the entire room, in case it's in the floors or something.
Okay. Can you make an investigation check for me, please?
$13.
Sorry?
13.
13. Okay. With a 13, you discover under the bed there is a small iron chest.
Drag it out.
Quite rusted. Pushed right towards sort of the back up against the wall. So you didn't sort of see it you couldn't see it just like looking around. Like at one stage you kind of got down to have a bit of a look and you spot this small chest under the bed.
I would probably try to drag it out.
Yeah. Piece of cake. You managed to pull it out. It's not that big at all. Like it's, really quite small. The rest of you guys hear it crunch across the ground. It's about that time that Grumpfel, your detect magic would start. And as you look around the room, you get a very slight sense of magic coming off this small chest.
Ooh. Tiernan, your find is emanating, is radiating. Is it enough to let me know? I think what's the description on it? Detect magic. Visible creature or object in an area that bears magic. You learn at School of Magic, if any. Spell can penetrate most barriers blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 foot of wood or dirt. I wouldn't get if it's the chest itself. Cool. If it's something in the chest and the chest is greater in thickness than an inch, I wouldn't.
Yep. Conscious of that. No, it appears to be there are things in the chest itself.
So not the chest itself, things.
Not the chest itself.
Something within.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the greatest treasure of all. Cool.
So you.
Yeah. So Grumpfel would say, your find has something curious within it.
Okay, well, it's fairly rusted. Is it locked? Trying to.
Just hold on for just a sec. Yes, there is a small lock which looks very rusted, and when you try to open it, yep, locked.
All right, I'll pull out my thieves' tools and go to unpick it.
Okay, can you make a tools check, please? So proficiency bonus plus dex bonus.
$10.
What was that?
10.
10. You spend close to 10 minutes trying to work this lock, and you're not sure if it's too complicated or if it's just rusted to buggery. But no matter what you do, like you get to the end, and it's just like this thing's not budging.
Delgrim pull out of his backpack a light hammer and just kind of flip it in one hand and just on the lock with the light hammer instead.
Okay, so
I
it's
have
not
other tools.
So it's not like a padlock; it's actually like a lock, sort of built into the chest itself. You're still just trying to smash it.
It's absolutely getting smashed with a hammer. Yeah.
Okay. Make an attack roll for me.
Sure. really. Check 14.
14. Okay, cool. Can you roll some damage?
Sure. Six.
6. You flip the hammer and with a deft amount of skill, smash it into this lock.
It was like, ugh.
Was it skill? Was it the fact that it was rusted to buggery? You're not sure. But you smash it, there is a click, and the lid just pops up slightly. The block's absolutely just smashed. But it does appear that you have now got access into the chest itself.
Oh. Hey, that
Sure you had a
works.
box.
Thanks, Delgrim.
And that's when the eyes open.
Tiernan's just going to open it.
Okay. Inside the box, you see 3 things. You see a small vial of liquid. You see another tiny box, sort of the size that you would have put like a pen inside. And you also see what appears to be an ornate-looking wand. Grumpfel, I'm assuming that you are standing nearby.
Yes.
All 3 of those things glow with magical energy.
Okay. Can I pick up on what school?
The magic item school. I
I
can never remember what.
Very
magical
Yeah.
item ring.
I can never remember what school it is for that.
Hard
sort of stuff.
sell.
Yeah.
Clearly, the wand is evocation, so it's a wand of fireball.
Sure. No. Okay.
It depends. To nerd for a second, it does depend on what the magic is associated with them as to what school they belong to. So that very much depends on what they are. Sorry to be a pain in the butt, but that's
No. Not a pain in the
magic
butt. But
item schools work.
I'm not going to invest huge amounts of time trying to figure that out.
That's fine.
Well, looks like we got some treasure. I guess we will have to spend some time trying to work out what they are.
So there's a flask with liquid, a wand of some sort, and a smaller chest within. Does
A
the
Inside
small sort of longer box.
okay? Does that itself glow, or something from within it glow?
Something within it is glowing.
Right. So the small long box itself, it doesn't.
Is not magical.
Okay.
Whatever is inside it.
Does it look like there's a lock on the outside, or an internal lock, or is it just closed with a clasp?
Just looks like it's got a little clasp on it.
Can I try to determine what they are?
If you want to spend like an hour sitting here as you would normally do that, absolutely. Or you can cast Identify.
Everyone else is doing their own thing. So if he's not going to be stopped, he's just going to start trying to determine what they are. If I get interrupted, that's
Rowan is still looking out the window, because that's how that works. And she sort of looks back at everyone worrying about the chest and doubles back to the first window. She's like, not going backwards and forwards rapidly, but on watch.
Yep.
Because she has seen something and is now concerned that there were barricades. And did the dwarves delve too greedily and too deep in the gem mines?
Is this a dwarf town?
I was just aiming for a quote, John.
Yeah.
God damn it. Leave me alone.
So,
2 20-foot ceilinged rooms? Unlikely.
Yeah.
so
Floors, rather, of the town.
Yeah.
So Tiernan, what are you doing? Are you ritually casting?
Tiernan's going to pocket them for now.
Yep.
Because this is clearly not the place to try to determine what they are. And
Because you can just cast the Identify spell.
I'd have to have it memorized for that.
Yeah.
Dead.
I thought you did.
No, took it away ages ago.
Oh, okay. Womp womp.
Anything else in this room pings on detect magic? Because I think I've got 30 minutes of it, and I think we're about halfway through it. Because
I mean-
Tiernan took 10 minutes to try and pick them
Any
up.
of us any of
Apart
us who have
from-
magic items on us?
Oh,
I'd
from all of-
I'd be ignoring our individual selves. It's more of the room, what's in it, the room itself. Any rocks in the wall got funny squiggles on it that seem to be glowing with, kaboomy type
Nope.
handwriting.
That's a negatory Ghost Rider. You do not
Okay.
detect any other essences of magic in this room.
I'll keep it up and surveying until it runs out.
Tiernan's probably wandered over to Miera to see what she found out about the books.
Old and dusty and falling apart, and I have gathered no information. I was looking for recipes. Something to read at night, and they're just disintegrating. Too much dust.
Tiernan will look over the books that are falling to pieces.
Book dust.
Book dust.
I mean, like, there's a pile, like, there is, like, the remains of a book on the top of the pile of the other books. Are you going to try and, like, what are you trying to accomplish?
I don't know.
Sorry?
I don't know. If it's just a pile of just pieces of book that cannot be read, then he will just.
Tell what language they're written in.
Make a so firstly, Tiernan, make a perception check for me.
He's so good at that. Okay, this dice is broken, Sarah. It keeps rolling 5s. So a 4.
4? Okay, cool, excellent. Miera, like, you can't even tell what's on the pages. Like, from the one that was on the top, like, the whole thing's basically just disintegrated into
Can
dust.
I move on from the one off the top? I don't want to look at the one on the top anymore. Can I look at, is there any other ones, maybe closer to, like, the middle that have been protected from the weather at the top and the bottom?
You can make for me, make a sleight of hand check to see how carefully you can move these books around.
Book of most
And
integrity.
Tiernan assist.
How?
He's going to look at the pile and, like, it's almost like treat it like a Jenga tower. Say if you take that one from there, it'll fall down. Here, like, trying to advise.
I rolled a 19 plus 2, so 21.
Okay.
Don't need it.
All right. So the let's have a look here. You managed to move the first book away. The second one, you can see the cover references something about, like, wildlife. But again, like, half of the text is missing. It's this book's just so old. It's very difficult to tell. You know, it's like the wildlife and something of the mountains.
Does the paper crumble as soon as you touch it? Okay. It's not even worth kindling, Tiernan. They're dead books now.
Almost like someone put them here as a
It's a ruse.
ruse.
I'm just gonna knock the tower of books over then. I'm just gonna knock it over. And then walk over to, I don't know, a window.
Make a perception check for me.
Just trying to do my best cat impression.
I'm just standing
so
here watching her do this.
Deception. So I rolled a 17, 18.
Okay. You, like, in a sort of, in frustration, you push the books off. And as they sort of half disintegrate as they fly off this table, bits of dust and paper crumbling and the old leather covers falling apart, you also see a piece of paper that was underneath get dragged partway across with it. And also just rip and tear. There's a single piece sort of corner now sitting on the table. And you can see as you glance at it, it looks like it was part of a map. But now there's, like, it looks like it might have been like a map to the mines, but most of it is now being destroyed.
I'm even going to point it out. I'm moving on.
You sure you don't want to point it?
Just to
cat.
You're standing there,
Yeah, I'm
Tiernan,
just
you can
standing
see
there.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use your own eyes.
Do I
just
see this?
quickly double checking the little box that was in the chest. Did anyone actually? Because I think Heath, you were asking about if you could open it. Did anyone actually open it? I can't remember.
We were talking about it, and then I think we skipped over to someone else while we were doing that little part. It was someone else who haven't come back to it. I think
Yeah.
think John said something about Tiernan going to pocket it all, and then we were waiting for you to go round the group and come back.
Okay.
It would depend if Grumpfel described that there was magic in them, or they were magically enchanted. It would depend whether or not he said the box was magic, or whether its contents was. If it's its contents, then he would have opened it up to see what was in it.
Okay. All right. So you did open the box. Okay. Cool. Excellent. Who's opening the box?
Tiernan's still in Tiernan's hands. So.
Tiernan's opening the box? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love it. Tiernan, you very carefully open the box to look inside.
Healing at the ready.
And what you see is that the box is very old. It's not in a great state, but it's probably been preserved better because it was inside that chest. In the box, there is a single piece of bacon.
Totally not what I was expecting.
And Grumpfel, as you peer over his shoulder, the bacon is what is giving off the magical aura.
Okay.
Is it like cooked bacon? How's it cooked?
How's it's cooked? I'm not sure.
Fried? Is it
streaky
How would you
bacon?
know?
Is it raw? I don't know.
No, it's not raw. Like it looks like a piece of cooked. It looks like a piece of cooked, but almost jerky-ish.
Right. Okay. And what school of magic is he giving off?
It's the ham school of magic.
Thank you, Miera. Thank you, Cass. I thought I'm going to throw that out there. I'm going to see if anyone grabs and runs with it.
Culinary school of magic. No.
Clearly, this is something that
3 chef's hats.
I'm not going to try immediately, and I'm just going to close the box.
Okay.
For now,
Grumpfel is going to say in a very hushed voice to Tiernan, "Don't show Delgrim." I just had this image of Delgrim. What is it? Oh, good. It's gone.
It is that delicious smell.
Yeah.
Did Tiernan see the map rip?
Probably not. No, it was like it would have. Yeah, I doubt it very, very much. Yeah. I mean, make a perception check on the off chance if you felt that he was paying close attention to what Miera was doing.
I mean, technically, he was standing right next to me, and he does tower over me, so he would have a good view.
What'd you roll? 12? No.
Yeah, but he's easily intimidated. Like, sudden movements, it's probably...
Loud noises.
Yeah.
Just want to point out, Miera, that Tiernan does have mending.
Okay.
But that's all right.
So, what would you guys like to do now?
It's done. Delgrim, after having dealt with the problem of the lock, will have rejoined Rowan. What is it you see out there?
Which side would he join her on?
Or wherever she happens to be standing at that point in time.
Sure. Let's say it's the side with towards the mine. She sort of looks down and goes, "Well, it looks like there's, barricades and stuff. You don't barricade a town or not. And I thought I saw, I don't know. I don't think we should dwell here as too long."
What did you think you see?
She pauses and looks at him like she thinks his reaction is going to be, "That's stupid, you're seeing things," because that's probably the kind of thing she's been told before. Like floating crystals. I don't I know it sounds. I know how it sounds, all right? But you guys go play with the books and the whatever. I'll keep an eye out, I guess.
Would mobile crystals be something that the Delgrim might be potentially familiar with? Do we think, Hamish, or not even worth a roll?
Not even worth a roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Tiernan would speak up quite loudly. Well, guys, if you guys want to sit here for an hour, I can spend some time trying to determine what the magic is in these things.
I'm fine to wait.
But I don't really know where we're going from here. Was there any more details on the map on where the mine?
I mean, the mine is. She points out the window.
Yeah, I think they both point like in
mine's
unison.
there.
Oh, you already found them. Okay, great.
Well, the mine's like. She looks back at the entire group and goes, "Do you not look out windows when you come into new rooms and like work out where you are?" No, is that a weird thing that I do? That I work out where I am.
Covered. You had the windows covered.
I was trying to determine if there was any magic. Speaking of which, before this runs out, I'm going to go downstairs and have a quick look to see if there's anything down there.
Sure thing. Okay.
Well, if you guys are going to stay an hour, I can look it out.
It will give us time to watch a little more and see if we can see exactly what it is that you saw, Rowan.
So what?
Now let us know if you see anything interesting out windows.
What did you guys see?
I have seen nothing other than this barricade. That barricade, Hamish, does that look set up as though it's like facing the mines, as if something's coming out of the mines? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Delgrim's not going to mention that.
Miera and Tiernan are like, "There's barricades?"
The what?
These guys have got it covered.
There's an outside. It's Rowan has seen something move outside. I have strange feeling in my head. I think it's a good idea. We wait here for an hour. We keep watch out of windows. We see if anyone see anything else move.
Okay. Well, while I'm looking at the stuff, Grumpfel went downstairs.
Yep. So Grumpfel, you go downstairs and you spend a bit of time looking around. You don't find anything down there which gives off any kind of magical energies.
And while I'm looking, just to make sure, I don't know whether you want me to roll any sort of perception, but there's no. Obviously, we've not seen any proper trapdoor, but look for any hidden trapdoors or anything like that.
Feel free to make a perception check.
All right, I'll leave up to you whether before, after, or during this thing runs out.
Yep.
Perception. Here we go. 22, thanking you.
Nice. Outstanding roll. No, you don't find anything.
Damn it.
So, with that, Grumpfel returns back upstairs.
Yep. And
those of you...
Detect Magic is now finished?
Yep.
Cool.
Spending the next hour whilst Tiernan ascertains what these items are, the rest of you peering out the window to see whether or not what Rowan saw was her imagination, or if there is anything actually out there.
Mm-hmm.
We will go to break, and we will return in about 10 minutes. And we'll see what lies beyond the barricades.
That means everyone needs to hydrate, chat. You included.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
You
chat.
too, chat.
I'm out of
Hydrate, stretch, all the things.
I've hydrated so much. Hold on, there's a bit there.
Oh, it's a good mug you've got there. Good stein you've got there.
It is. You can probably get a good deal on them at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Hamish.
What was the code, Ham?
The code was jingle balls. No, what is it?
Jingles ales. Jingles ales. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
To put in the sign, jingles ales. You see.
Absolutely. For the love of God, let's go to break.
We'll be back.
I can't actually hear you.
Yeah, who?
We're live? Was
We're
that you
live.
saying we're live?
We're live.
We're live.
Test.
Okay.
Testing.
Cool.
1 2 1 2.
Hi, welcome back. Thanks for
Hi.
hanging out with us.
Hi.
Let's find out what's happening. So, with the hour, with Tiernan spending some time to ascertain what these items are, the rest of you guys, as far as I'm aware, are basically just keeping an eye out of windows. Is there anything else anyone wants to do specifically? Otherwise, if not, I would like everyone except for Tiernan to make perception checks for me, please.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say initiative roll.
Perception check.
Natural
No.
20 plus 1.
Yeah, natural 20.
Sorry.
Perception.
Hey, Saz, these chunks are great. Just saying,
Chunks are good.
they're good. These chunks were well
I
for me tonight.
I took one of your chunks to a training session with me, and it got people talking about it. There you go.
Okay.
Anyway, Grumpfel, what did you
15.
get? 15.
Yes.
Delgrim.
18.
We also have a hydrate and a posture check.
Whoa,
Holy crap!
jeez.
18 and
We
Miera
just got back. We just did all this. Hang on.
Yeah.
Also 15.
also 15. Wow, look at you, observant. But it's like all of a sudden, you've all gained a little bit of extra experience. You're a little bit wiser. You're a little bit cagier.
Yeah.
No, Tiernan's not paying a blatant perception roll. So
No. Okay, so this is what. So who got the two 15s? That was all right. So you two, all of you, see over the next hour, looking down at the barricade, spending a bit more time because an hour is a fairly decent chunk of time. You begin to slowly make out what appear to be skeletons down amongst the various bits and pieces of these barricades, partly concealed amongst the overgrowth, stuck between bits of broken barrels and crates. Hard to tell how many skeletons are down there, but it's definitely more than just one or two. Delgrim and Rowan, both of you, over the course of the next hour, spot in different locations strange crystal formations floating through the air, not far above the ground, only 5 or so feet. Not just sort of floating down the main road, but almost like sort of flitting between buildings. So Delgrim, the first time you see one, like it confirms what Rowan had said to you in regards to what she had seen. It's not in the same place as she saw it.
Yeah.
One of you would have seen it back in the direction of which you came, and another one would have seen it past where the barricades are. But you both definitely see these shapes at one time or another.
Are they like colored? Are they like? Look, she's a rocks kid. Like, are they colored? Is an important question. Cause...
Delgrim's also familiar with rocks. I think we compare notes if for no other reason to see if it was the same
That's
one.
what we do on the
or
road.
if we're
Is we
dealing
talk
with...
about rocks.
Get your rock on.
We get our rocks off by talking about rocks. Yeah.
So what you both of you would see that they are probably the palest of greens, almost white, and it potentially could be the reflection of like the greenery and stuff around. But it looks like they're possibly of the lightest green.
So now you can see what I can see. They almost look. Tell me if I'm wrong here, Ham, but they almost look like they're patrolling. They're going back and forth between buildings and stuff. It's like a patrol.
It's
almost.
less like patrol, more like hide.
From what though? Like,
From us.
you think they know we're here?
Have you heard how loud these ones are?
She slightly laughs to herself because you are also not the quietest person on the planet. That's like
Sure,
like
if you insist.
I mean, yeah, but like still, it seems weird that they'd not come and investigate the building if they know we're here.
Which is why I also think hide. We've been here for more than an hour now. If they did not want us here, if they want to be aggressive, surely they would have rushed tower by now.
She
So
sort of
is
like nods to you, like, okay, but isn't necessarily sure that that's the case. What were you going to say, Ham?
I was just going to say, so will you guys just sort of keep an eye out for the course of this hour?
Yeah, so that entire hour from Delgrim's perspective is more or less just doing that. So yeah.
All right.
And
So-
comparing notes and talking about rocks, yes.
Cool. So at the conclusion of the hour then, Tiernan, you are able to ascertain what the 3 items are. Cool if I just tell everybody? Or are you going to hoard the knowledge for yourself?
Nah, he doesn't hoard that sort of stuff. Doesn't
Okay.
have personality. Unless it was like, this is a doomsday device, then he's not going to say that.
So the flask of liquid is called the Courtesan's Allure. It's actually a perfume. It has a sweet floral scent and captivates those with high social standing. The perfume can cover one medium or small creature, and applying it takes a minute. And for 1 hour, the affected creature gains +3 bonus to charisma checks made to social interactions, which or influence nobles, politicians, or other individuals with high standing.
Would have been handy 3 weeks ago.
Right?
Okay. The wand is a wand of air glyphs. So while holding this thin wand, you can use an action to cause the tip to glow. When you wave the glowing wand in the air, it leaves a trail of light behind it, allowing you to write or draw on the air. Whatever letters or images you make hang in the air for 1 minute before fading away.
Is that
And the
ear?
last, Miera?
Sorry, was that ear glyphs or
Ear, like in the
EAR?
AIR.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no,
That's okay.
It's
Sorry.
exclusively for ear tattoos.
Yeah.
That lasts for a minute.
Sorry.
And the last, and by no means least item, in that small wooden box is dire bacon. So this bacon is cut from a giant boar. When you consume it, you have advantage on athletic checks for 8 hours. In addition, if you take 10 damage or less, that would reduce you to 0 hit points. You are reduced to 1 hit point instead. This effect can happen only once during the food's duration.
How long does that last? An hour.
8 hours.
And only enough for one person.
There is 1 serving of dire bacon.
Yeah, Tiernan would share that information. These are some very unusual items, I must admit.
Okay. What are you
anyone-
guys going to do now?
We can't stay up here for too much longer. What do you guys? You guys have been spending a lot of time jumping between windows. What do you see?
There is something out there. It is not approaching. It is moving between buildings. Seem to be keeping an eye on us. I think maybe they a little frightened of us, whatever this crystal creature is outside.
Crystal creature. So it's not more of those goats.
No.
Is not God. May have been responsible for the death of God we found.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. Well, they're not threatening in any way, or
Not yet.
well, I don't feel comfortable with hanging on to all these items. Does anyone
Oh, me.
take a fancy to any?
I think that there are members of our group who might do well with a little more help when talking to nobility, and that's probably not me. So
You're right. Miera should have the perfume. It smells very nice.
I don't know if I.
that is not what I said. That is not what I said.
I don't know if I would need that.
But how would we use this wand? It allows you
Mira's
to
also
run-
subconsciously now sniffing herself in case she smells.
You're fine. You smell like cookies.
Thank you. That's good.
Wand might be useful in cave as we explore and look for gem.
What's so silent communication?
Yes, if we get separated, whoever in front can have wand and leave directions to say which way they've gone.
Well, you're usually the one in front, so Tiernan will just hand over the wand if no one else has.
I can do
Miera,
that by myself.
Grumpfel? Oh, okay. Grumpfel?
It's not something that I think I would find useful in my purview. It seems like a most excellent item, but not anything that I don't think would benefit or suit my use. Interesting.
Does it have charges, Hamish?
No.
It's just
And you say
invisible.
the whatever's written is produced as non-magical, other than the lettering in the air itself.
It's magical, yeah, and it lasts for, I think it's a minute.
Basically a never-ending sparkler.
Effectively, yeah.
I just had a thought. Can he? He's going to hand it to Blinky. See if Blinky can write in the air.
I was thinking the same thing. Can Blinky hold it, and therefore can Blinky trace things in the air?
Blinky has like a grasping foot. But if he can use it, wouldn't be a huge stretch for Tiernan to build a slot for it. Just whether or not he has to.
Can he effectively speak common?
Question.
Does he speak common, or does he speak the sign equivalent of common?
Understands
He
the
understands.
language, cannot actually communicate it. Look, Tiernan, you think that there could be some potential for you could maybe try and develop the functionality for maybe limited communication using something like that with Blinky, but straight off the bat, no.
It also says write or draw, so pictorial imagery isn't language necessarily.
Blinky's just constantly drawing dicks.
Could someone please make art? Could someone please make art of Blinky floating around, drawing dicks in the air?
All these sort of glowing dicks in the air.
I don't even think he knows what that is.
Exclusively drawing dicks.
Well, no. When I say he draws dicks in the ears, it's just little pictures of Tiernan.
Oh, wow!
Okay,
Ham's got claws.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow. Love you, John.
Wow.
Okay, let's keep this ball
Quiet.
rolling. Let's not focus too much on these items. What are you guys going to do?
If everyone's sorted out stuff, Rowan's just going to turn. Hey, do you want If we're planning to go to the mines, we should go. I don't think hanging around here is a good plan long term. I don't like there's something out there that we can't really see and don't know anything about that can see us. Oh.
Or should be, if it knows we're here, should we?
We don't know if it knows we're here, though, right?
Well, should we not be a little bit quieter?
She looks at you like she has been being incredibly quiet this entire time, which, I mean, she usually is. That's to be fair, but like, you know, she's looking at you like, well, yeah, that's why I'm being quiet.
Says the person who launched off Eldritch Blast at a wall. I just mean, the stealth.
It's force damage. It's not noise.
I'm quite certain
rocks in a wall make a noise, though.
Yeah, the rocks in the walls probably made some noise.
But also, it's a crumbling build. Like to her, it's like it's a crumbling site. Rocks could fall at any time. That's not a weird thing that would happen.
I think Rowan is right. We should approach entrance to mine. I personally do not think that whatever these floating crystal creatures are hostile by nature. I think perhaps Goat may have charged on one of these creatures and suffer consequences. As long as we do not rush at them with aggression, I think we'll be fine.
I don't think the goats eat rocks too, do you?
Rocks eat anything. Oh, it's not rocks. Goats eat anything. So rocks could be on the menu.
Let's go.
Luckily, none of us are rocks. Shall we go to Jim Cave?
Okay.
Quietly.
Proceeding quietly.
With
Right.
rocks in.
So you guys make your way down out of the tower. If you are going to
Quietly?
move quietly, I would like you to all make stealth checks, please.
Ooh, that was very nearly a 3. 17.
What was
19.
what was stealth?
Stealth.
Stealthing, yeah.
5.
Does this count as rocky terrain?
No.
I got a 2. If I gotten a 1, I would have rolled better because I'm a halfling. But I got a 2.
Bang! Natural 20 for a total of 23.
Remember, depending on the armor, whether it's going to be disadvantage.
Light armor.
No,
I
you're
think
fine.
of.
Tiernan?
18.
Is that disadvantage
No,
if you're not proficient with it, or even if you're proficient with
No,
it?
it's
No, it's just certain types of armor will give you disadvantage.
like
Oh.
chainmail because it clanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
Yeah.
Sorry, someone just gave Kate inspiration.
Oh no! Is this really funny, Prithian? I have inspiration
Oh, I
already.
see.
But that's fine. Hey,
Oh,
Ham,
damn.
how would you feel if before the results of this have been determined, that I use that gifted inspiration from the chat to
If you want to, that's fine. That's what it's there for.
let's do that. No, but just because I'd officially announced what my role
Yeah.
was, so I just wanted to.
Totally cool.
Now it's a 10.
Okay.
Nope. 11.
11.
Maths.
Okay. So you guys make your way out of the tower and start as quietly as you can heading towards where the gem mines are. As you make your way sort of along, trying to be stealthy, sort of heading along the edge of the buildings and stuff like that, you would get close to where the barricade is. And you would be able to see as you get closer more and more details of the skeletons that are lying around. Can I get you to all please make perception checks for me?
Hey, 23.
Whoa.
18.
5.
5.
Got
What
2
was
nat
yours, John?
20s earlier. Went on break. Nothing.
8
Yeah.
and Blinky got 14.
Miera?
17.
What was your story, Grumpfel?
18.
18. Okay. Delgrim, buddy, your dice are being super nice.
Mm.
Delgrim, you can spot amongst the bodies, you can see rusted swords and axes. You can see what would have appeared to be some of these bodies wearing the tattered remains of leather armor. You can see half buried under a bunch of crates and boxes what appears to be a body, a skeleton, but it sticks out as slightly a bit different. Firstly, close to one hand, there is a crossbow, which is in remarkably good condition. You also notice that that same body appears to be wearing armor, which also seems to have not been affected by the ravages of time.
Delgrim will do a sneaky little loot of both of those items then, notable as they are, on the way
I
past.
just got this picture of him grabbing on the arm and just dragging the skeleton.
So the rest
Breaking
of
it
you,
off.
the rest of you can see very similar to what Delgrim has spotted, except you don't notice the sort of the body and the crossbow and stuff, but you do see the bits and pieces of obviously people who are armed and ready for combat. There is a couple of bodies which look like they've got like pitchforks, for example. So it appears that not everybody here was necessarily a warrior, or was at least equipped to be fighting in that respect. Delgrim, it'll take a bit to try and get the body out from under sort of all the broken crates and stuff, but it's doable for sure.
He will have absolutely zero respect for the body itself, and focus on the items of note.
Okay.
If they've, as you say, survived the ravages of time, that's
Yep.
interesting, and
Okay.
he'll just want a closer look.
So we don't get slowed down too much.
May I
did-
just pause for a second, though, to note that Miera was not involved in any desecrations of anybody, and would like to point out that it was solely actions taken by Delgrim alone.
It was noted.
Do you want to like
the fact that the sentence has to come out of your mouth, Cass, says everything about Miera.
it's like you need a signed statement or something like that. I, Miera Greenleaf, was in no way
Miera pulls out the
participating.
scoreboard.
That's
Violations.
If you have to say you've got,
Delgrim, 4.
if you have to say you've got power, you have none. That idea of like, I have not done any violations.
Yeah.
But
So-
you've done a violation.
Because
right?
Tiernan didn't feel as though anything wrong was happening because the corpse
Yeah.
was just lying out there. But when you're actually physically grave robbed,
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Okay, so Delgrim, you spend some time extracting this body out from under the crate. The wood's all rotten and it sort of breaks away, and it's not terribly difficult. You're pretty close to having sort of the body far enough out where you can start to actually kind of like remove the armor, which looks like a breastplate, off the body, when Grumpfel, you notice down the road heading back towards where you guys came from, 2 crystal forms just slowly float onto the street from sort of out from behind a couple of buildings.
Like an alleyway or a laneway or something sort of
Just
thing.
from out behind, whether it's an
Okay.
alleyway or just off between them.
Now, I would have overheard conversation about these things while
Oh,
we're in
absolutely.
the
I mean,
tower.
you guys spent
Who's-
an hour, so yeah.
Whoever's closest to me, I'm just going to like tap them on the arm. Or if it's Tiernan, the knee.
Tiernan's over with Delgrim, so it's Miera or Rowan.
Oh, Miera or Rowan or both. Probably Rowan if she's
Rowan would be
closer.
near enough to you, I think.
Because you would have been the first to see and say about these in the tower, and so like a sort of like this sort of thing. And
Now that you can sort of see them on the road, they're not very big at all. They're probably not like they're probably only like 2.5 feet wide. Like they're really quite small.
So they're basically a little smaller than Rowan, but not much.
Yeah, and you can see there's like
large-
sharp. You can see sharp pieces of crystal coming to a point, sticking out from various angles of them.
large beach ball sort of size.
Yeah. If it was, Sure, a really sharp beach ball, sure.
Now that she can see it a little bit better, can she sort of size up like what it looks like it's made of?
Like it's very obvious that
Like
this
it's very
is
obviously
some kind of crystal. Yeah.
okay.
So they've come from a laneway or an alleyway into the main road area. Are they
Yep.
floating towards us or
They're
stagnant or
both-
away from us?
They've both stopped about 30 feet away from you.
She's gonna look at Grumpfel and just go. Do we talk to them?
Grumpfel's just is kind of backing away slowly, kind of thing, because obviously Delgrim and Tiernan are mucking around looking for something in amongst this junk. I just.
So there's a gap between the barricades, like where the road passes through, where it's sort of been broken apart. So if you could go, like if you wanted to move that way, you can. If that helps to kind of give you an understanding of what's space and stuff.
Is there any sort of check that Grumpfel could roll to see if he knows what these things are? Just given the crystalline nature and being a non-surface dweller, what would you like me to roll?
I mean, it's similar to what sort of like Delgrim had asked as well. Like it's absolutely outside the realm of anything that you have seen before.
Seen or heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I get any reaction from, say, a small rock in my pocket?
Nope. It's warms up a little bit, but beyond that, yeah.
She's gonna take, because the others are sort of not paying attention particularly. She's gonna take a half a step forward and just go, "Hello? We're not coming for anything important. We're just found ourselves here."
Just lift
Which
up
for her-
that
which
guy's
for her is
arm
true.
so we can just.
Okay, so you say that. They both are just sort of gently, almost sort of slightly bobbing in the air. Miera, you notice off between a couple of buildings to the right, another one has appeared.
Am I close to anyone?
It's probably about sort of 20, 30 feet away from you guys, but it's like it's just sort of gently floated around from behind a corner of a building.
So do I feel, is it like kind of like they're circling at this point? Do I feel like that might be the case?
So that's 3 now.
So there is 2 straight down the road.
Mm-hmm.
There is one off, if you're facing those, there's one off to the right of you, and there's the barricade behind you.
I will tap the closest person to me and just kind of gesture towards the one I've spotted on the side, just so that everyone else is aware that there's another one on that side. Could I try also just the ones, I suppose, whichever one is closest, so which I guess within like 30 feet, could I try telepathically reaching out to them and seeing if I get anything back? I'm just literally going to say hello.
You reach out telepathically to one of these things, and you're used to the sensation of kind of communicating with someone else via the mind. As your mind touches this thing, it is the most alien, unusual, abstract thing that you've ever encountered, and your brain almost rebels. The rest of you guys watch as... Which one did you do this to, Miera?
I guess Probably, well, if the ones at the front in front of us are closer, probably one of
One of
them.
those? Okay.
Left one.
You watch as one of them starts to almost begin to vibrate. And then there's this explosion of energy. What's your armor class, Miera?
Well,
Can I use Shield of Faith? Is there enough time for that to cast that on Miera?
It's not a reaction. If it was a reaction, maybe, but no, this was, yeah. What's your armor class, Miera?
12.
Sorry?
12.
12. Okay. This blast of arcane energy fires down the road from this crystal thing and hits you for 6 points of force damage. And I would like everybody to please roll for initiative.
You mean I get to do combat?
You get to do combat! Okay,
For those
don't
who have-
tell me what you've rolled. Let me just get
For
maps
those
and
who
stuff
have not been around for very long in our chat, I have done combat twice this entire campaign, and I think I've missed 3 or 4 fairly significant lots of combat.
Couple. Oh, I think one was more of. Well, I think there's a little bit of combat and a horse race. I think.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like
A couple of us
been-
were missed out on. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, Delgrim doesn't know shit as usual. Then I guess they're peaceful, creepy crystal entities.
Okay, all right. Just give me a chance to write on paper and shit.
I mean, please don't do that whilst streaming, Ham. That's probably not a good rule.
Although,
Possibly.
like this, you can't guarantee none of us have a commode right now. I guess
Oh God!
there's no way.
Wow.
No,
No
none of
way of
us.
knowing.
None of us exist below the
Yeah.
mid chest.
Okay. All right. I would like so anyone 25 to 20.
Oh, hang on, I haven't rolled yet.
Yes, says Albia. Sorry, what was that? 25 to 20? Nope. 15 to 20?
15.
19.
Ooh, Miera got a 19. Grumpfel got a 15. 10 to 15?
13.
So 13 for Delgrim. What was yours, Tiernan?
The same. 13.
Who's got the higher dex?
My dex is was it 12?
Ah, mine's 15.
There you go.
Everyone's got a higher dex than Delgrim.
Rowan, what was yours? 5.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right.
It's fine.
So if you'd
I'm
like
trying
to
to be nice to them. I'm thrown off by the fact that they're now blasting people. It's fine. I'm going last.
if you'd like to go to Albia Radio, please.
Sure.
Shout out to Tori if he's lurking in the chat because I don't have the chat up, who graciously made us this awesome little map for today's encounter.
Yay!
Tori
Yeah,
is
nice
lurking
work.
in
Thank
chat
you,
and
Tori.
can
We
confirm
love Tori.
makes
Excellent
cool
bean.
maps.
Good egg too. Can confirm from Hangs at PAX. Very good
Also.
bean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sticking everyone's tokens out on there so that you've got them.
Where is stuff?
What's
so that
So
I
the-
can... Oh, there. Because
Yeah.
I took a couple of steps towards them. So
Okay.
are they?
Where's the body?
So the bodies would be on the northern piece of the barricade.
Hey, you remember
Yeah.
Blinky?
So are they the 2 things in the 4th column? The ones that I would have stepped towards? Trying to like.
Yep, those ones.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. there's
And then
like
that was the one that Miera saw down the side.
ghosty and all loot.
Yeah, I was going to put myself like there.
Which side? This side or the other side?
No, other side, that side. Yep. Okay. All right, you're all positioned where you want to be. So the top of the round is going to be Miera.
Ew. Okay, I am going to cast a Hunger of Hadar Towards the first two in front of me. So it's 150-foot range. So they should be in range.
Yep.
And it's a 20-foot sphere as well. So basically, it says when you open a gateway to a dark between stars, a region infested with unknown horrors, a 20-foot sphere of blackness and bitter cold appears centered on a point within the range. So I'm going to center it right in between both of those two creatures.
So was it 20 feet?
Yeah, 20-foot radius sphere. So if a creature starts its
20-foot radius, that's fucking enormous.
Yeah, 20-foot radius sphere. Yeah.
I'll show you, alien.
So the sphere, or it's a void that's filled with a cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet away. So everyone should have the pleasure of hearing the slurping.
Yes, the ASMR of the Hunger Event. Great.
So no light or magic can illuminate the area. And the creatures fully within are blinded. So you have to take they have to take a dexterity roll. It's 14.
Yep.
If they don't succeed and they start their turn in that area, they take 2d6 cold damage, and any creature that ends its turn in that area that has to succeed. Oh, sorry. I should say if they start there, they get the 2d6 cold damage straight away, I think. But if they end their turn and they don't succeed on the dexterity throw, then they also get 2d6 acid damage from milky tentacles.
Yep.
Okay.
Why milky?
I thought you said milking tentacles. I'm like, whoa, hey, what?
Why milky is always the question. Just why is it milky?
Why gotta be milky?
Okay, all right. So you guys watch as this magic erupts. Like, you've never seen Miera do anything like this. It is probably, and these things vanish in this wet, slurping darkness. Anything else from you, Miera?
I am also, if I can, I would just like to move down here. So just a little bit of movement.
Shadow having too much fun with the milky stuff. It's not okay.
What was in that glow moss?
Okay. So that was Miera. So Grumpfel, you are up, my friend.
Right. Okay. What was in my coffee this morning?
Oh, sorry. Should I have done the 2d6 damage?
So the 2d6 is at the start of their turn.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if it ends its turn,
Then
it
they
also
get acid
potentially
damage.
takes damage as well.
It calls itself a 20-foot radius of sphere of blackness and bitter cold. Can we
Does
still
it-
see them?
Yeah, that was going to be my question: is can I see them?
Because it says they're blind, but
It
No,
says
we can't
nothing
see
can
into
see in either.
Okay, that's important. Okay.
Okay.
There is that.
all right,
There is
Grumpfel,
the
what do
other
you-
one up the walkway though, so we do have two. Like another
Yep.
one. So to deal.
All right. Grumpfel is going to move first because he's just seen one of those things have a zap at Miera. He has just witnessed something that makes him question whether Miera put something in his coffee this morning. But given that there two of them are now in that funky ring of whatever the hell that is, and there's one off to our right, Grumpfel is going to actually just move back a bit.
Yep.
Maybe back just to the corner there.
Tiernan, you're up next, by the way.
And he
perfect spell mirror.
If anyone catches Miera's eye during this, you will also notice that she's looking very shocked as well.
I had the perfect spell and you made it so I can't target them.
There's another one down the walkway.
No, I stand by what I said.
All right,
Okay.
Grumpfel.
gonna use Sacred Flame on
Yep.
on that one.
Okay, so what is it? It's a dex save, is it?
At Dex 14.
All right. I'm sorry, my friend. I rolled an 18. So you unleash the sacred flame at this small crystalline floating thing.
Yep.
And it, with surprising speed, lurches to the side. The flame scorches the stone of the building beside it. Any bonus actions or movement beyond what you've done already?
No.
No? Okay, cool. Awesome. Tiernan, you are up.
Okay, I'm just going to drop the body. Move up within 30 feet of this one. And fire off. He'll go with his firebolt.
Hey, make an attack roll.
13 hit.
What was that? 13?
Yeah.
Yep, that's a hit. Roll for damage, please.
Is it? Okay. Okay. For a total of, what was that? 10 plus 15 damage.
15.
And we'll have Blinky pop off his little...
Just wait there. Hold on.
Yeah.
Your firebolt smashes into this creature, and you watch as the flames lick across the surface of it. It starts to vibrate fast, and then splits in two.
Bugger. The one on the left. Blinky will pop shot 13.
13 hits. How much damage?
6 force damage.
How much?
6.
6. Blinky's small cannon fires, screams down the alleyway, smashes into that one. Again, it vibrates rapidly and splits in two.
They change.
You can see all of them are damaged, but it appears that each time that you have hit one, it has caused it to duplicate. Anything else?
No, I think he's done enough. He's gonna...
Okay.
He'll stay there.
Delgrim, it is your turn.
So, in ripping away at this corpse earlier, Delgrim would have gone for the crossbow first. Will he have been able to successfully have pulled that crossbow?
Piece of cake. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Noted. And you said it was in pretty good nick, so
yeah.
Are we talking, is it actually loaded currently, or?
It's not loaded.
Okay.
But like it's covered in, like, it's overgrown, like it's really got moss and dirt and stuff all over it. But like looking at it, like it's not, the wood's not rotted. It's sturdy, solid. It's a functioning crossbow.
Yeah. Okay. Not being one to test an hitherto untested weapon in the heat of battle, Delgrim, seeing this ruckus then is, and not having seen the results of Tiernan's fuckery, is going to toss a radiance bomb in the middle of these three critters up here. Okay.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah. So, radiance bomb. Blah 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 blah. Use an action to throw the globule up to 60 feet. Yep. So explodes on impact and is destroyed. Each creature within 10-foot radius. Make a DC 13 Dex saving throw, please.
Okay.
Each of those three.
2 save, 1 fail.
Okay, so the one that failed will take 3d6 radiant damage.
Yep. So roll your damage.
Give me a minute. And is considered blinded for a minute also.
Okay.
So that's 12 damage for that one.
Mm-hmm. And the other 2, do they take half damage?
Yeah, so it's half damage.
So that's 6.
Yo. And are not blinded.
Okay. You lob this bomb down the down this little alleyway, and you watch as the radiant magic explodes, just bathing them in this radiant energy. You see two of them sort of weave out of the way slightly. One of them just explodes, shooting shards of sharp crystal, like you see it smashing and digging into the stone around it. And you watch as the other two split in two. Yes, they do. Two of them are barely holding together. You can see there's massive cracks running through the crystal shards. But they are in one piece and still functioning.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Did I not say? Level 5 now, so I have a second attack. I'll ping off a hand crossbow round then at one of the compromised crystals.
Okay, make your attack roll. Love it. Ranger's doing ranger shit.
And hope that
Ranger's doing ranger things.
Completely screw me. So it's gonna be an 11 to hit.
11 hits.
Excellent. Okay. Very well. So total of 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Another one explodes in a rain of sharp crystalline shards. It is dead.
Okay.
Okay. It is now Rowan, it's your turn because I rolled really shit for them.
Ask a clarifying question, which I've
Sure.
already established with you, but I need more information now about the lay of the land. I can see through the hunger of Hadar.
Yes, you
because
can.
I am a warlock with Devil's Sight, and magical and non-magical darkness mean jack to me.
Correct.
My question is, are there more than one of them? Have they split because have they taken damage yet? That's like I can't work out whether I need to worry about them right now.
They haven't taken damage yet.
Cool.
But it's because
Because it's not
that's
their
how
turn
that
yet.
spell works, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Cool. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of them up there that are like. Is there a range on that, or is it an interest only it? Okay. I just can never remember how Toll the Dead works, so I was just trying to work out whether that was worth doing or not.
Yeah, for sure.
I am going to move myself. Is that a tree, or is that something I can walk across the top?
You can walk across that. It's just
Cool.
it's enough for you to get through. Yeah.
Just yeah. I'm going to put myself
It's
like
a shrubbery.
A shrubbery.
shrubbery. Been out searching for a shrub. I'm just going to put myself there, and that should be. Basically want to put myself where the furthest one away is no more than 15 feet, which I think means I have to be like here.
Yep.
And I'm going to use Burning Hands.
Ooh. So dexterity save?
So dex save of 15. In hope.
That is 3 fails.
Stick. I'm not going to get out 5d6 because I'm lazy, so I'm just going to get D&D Beyond to roll it for me.
Of course,
Very slowly, apparently.
warlock level. That's just like Burning Hands first level spell. Fuck that.
So that is 15 points of fire damage, I think. Once this works out what it's doing. D&D Beyond is being 15 points of
15.
damage. I'm not going to try and do that again.
No, that's cool.
Made my
All
computer
right,
hate
so
me. Wow.
you come forward and unleash just that fan of fire from your hands, and it envelops all 3 of them, and just the shattering of these crystalline forms echoes throughout the space as all 3 of them explode.
Then she's gonna. So she's sort of moved. What is functionally like temp. She's gonna move back to where she was.
Yep.
Because she can. And then just sort of call out to the others as she's moving back. I can see the other 2. I'll keep an eye on them, but I don't know what you've done, Miera. Like, it's very like, I don't know what this thing is. Never seen this before.
It is their turn. So at the start of their turn, Miera, roll your 2d6 for the damage.
11. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Outstanding.
Fully expecting the thing finally drops. There's like 60 of them.
Okay. Rowan, you watch as the
Yeah.
two forms start to head towards where you are, sort of in the direction of where your group is. You watch the crystalline, like cold icicles start to form across them. And then you watch as each one shatters again, shatters again, and 6 more appear.
Oops.
I wondered why you hadn't gotten rid of those off the side of the board.
It's actually because I don't know how to delete them. It wasn't me being sneaky.
I was
or
just
anything
looking at him
that.
like there's 4 still sitting there. What's he about to do? Do you mind if I call back and be like, and just tell them what I'm seeing so that the
Well,
party knows? Or it's not my
let-
turn?
let-
That's the thing.
I will. I think it's going to be pretty obvious because they can't get out of there in time, so they will actually all dash.
Oh.
Right.
Wow.
So you just watch
Shit.
as out of this darkness, this swarm of crystalline forms surges, almost overwhelming Rowan as she stands there. It is the top of the round. So Miera, you are first up.
Do you want a sparkle cookie?
Wow.
Okay, in that case, I don't know what to do that's not gonna hurt everyone else because they're all packed in. Okay, so I
This
think
is where Miera really stakes her claim on being the sweetest little halfling and murders Rowan, so there is no competition.
There can be
This is
only
all
one.
part of her master plan. So Tiernan, you're up next.
notes.
The quickening.
No, Grumpfel is up next, sorry.
Okay, so can I cast Dissonant Whispers on the one that's like smack bang in front of me?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yep.
So, okay. So whether it likes it or not, it will hear Taste the Biscuit. And we'll take 3d6 psychic damage if it doesn't save on a wisdom of 14.
I made it saving throw. So as you unleash that magic, it's almost as if this alien mind that you touched just like does not even comprehend how terrible Taste the Biscuit is and just continues to do its thing.
Okay. In that case, I will. I'll just take a bit of a step back towards the barricade. I'm not going to hit them again.
Okay, move yourself where you would like to go.
I'll do.
Okay. Grumpfel, it is your turn.
Given what he's seen happen with the splitting and exploding and the shooting of the laser-like thing, he's kind of gone like, right, okay, cool. Yeah, they're all around us, and they're in a state that looks like they could be doing more of the exploding. So, I'm going to change tactic to what I thought I was going to do. Grumpfel reaches up for his amulet of Kamateon, and you hear him start to utter an incantation, a spell to Kamateon that you've heard him say before, but there's a deeper rumble behind the spell come forth, and he kind of points at Miera, then at Rowan, and then at Tiernan, and you feel a wash of aid come upon you in such a vigorous level that your maximum hit points goes up by 10, and you gain 10 hit points.
So
as you cast aid. That's
temporary?
10. No. It says each target's hit points maximum and current hit points increase by 10. A duration as he casts it at 3rd level.
So for the duration, how long does it last?
8 hours.
Is it
8's an
concentration?
awesome spell.
It is not concentration.
Holy fucking
I'm going to
shit.
give myself 10 temp HP so I remember to take them away eventually. But if I ever ask you why, chat, remind me that's why I have 10 temp HP.
You can put it in D&D Beyond as max HP modifier.
Yeah, I usually forget to mess around with that later, and then after 8 hours I will forget to fix it. So
and then it's 2 weeks before we play again.
It's why I use temp HP.
Just do it at the end of the thing.
I mean, however you want to track it, temp,
manage it, how you
change,
want to
whatever.
Question, with that, does it heal you as well, or just add those additional 10?
It makes your maximum up by 10 because I've cast it at 3rd, and whatever your total is at the moment, add 10 to it.
Who gets it again? Sorry, Grumpfel?
Tiernan, Miera, and Rowan, because I can do it to 3 people.
Sorry, Delgrim.
Delgrim's tough enough.
He'll figure it out. It's fine.
Okay. Excellent.
This is just so that someone can cast Fireball and we're not all going to die.
Yeah, that's what it feels like, yeah.
Okay. Tiernan. Grumpfel, anything else from you?
He will actually move further away because he didn't select himself.
Oh no, you're there. Yep, cool.
Yep, so he's going to come back behind the barricade.
Okay. As you head that way, you notice 2 more appearing around this corner.
Fuck. Okay. Then can I... yelling out is a free action, isn't it?
Yep.
2 more behind us. Or behind the barricade.
Okay. All right. Tiernan, it is your turn.
He overhears Grumpfel. He goes, shit. Then he grabs his pistol and literally snaps off the top of the case and pushes down into it and fires into the crowd. He's going to cast Shatter and yells out, Rowan, duck. Now, this is a 10-foot radius sphere on a point. Now, I'm trying to work out, so these are 5 feet, so that'd be a 4x4 square.
The best place to cast it is where Rowan is, just
Basically,
for reference.
Yeah. Really is.
And she's gonna get hit anyway because I don't think she's gonna be I don't know that ducking's gonna help if you want to hit them. So I think I'm getting hit.
Well, you just got boosted an extra 10, so.
Cool.
Now, just a question: these things are crystal, are they not?
They appear to be crystal. Yep.
Okay, so that's a Constitution save, DC 15, and they have a disadvantage being crystal.
Okay, so where are those little icons?
Trying to work out how I show it.
So what's the radius on it?
10.
10 feet.
Oh, just put it over the top of them all. Go on, coward.
I think the arm circle can be dropped too as well.
Well, they may flee.
I'm
Okay, so
not sure
that's
how
about
long it
10.
lasts.
In order for you to hit, you can hit 6 of them, but you will hit me. But you there are other ones you're not going to hit. Like you're going to not be able to hit at least 1 or 2 of them, depending on where.
So you position, so you could stick it somewhere like, yeah, up to you.
Can I control it or not?
Yeah, you should be able to just drag it.
There's
No.
a different sentence you should have said
Yep.
to Rowan, but yeah,
Yeah.
it occurred to me.
So, how
Yeah.
many does that
Oh, I
hit?
know.
So that'll get you.
But I also can't do that.
Mm,
It's not my turn.
yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm fully aware. I just can't do it.
So I guess that's probably the best, because the other thing is I have to target a point. I can't target inside a building.
Does that
So
hit the it's 7 of them? So it just doesn't hit the top one?
doesn't hit the top one, but it hits you and it hits Tiernan as well.
Does hit
Hey,
me.
Tiernan can take a half a step backwards. Tiernan's not,
Oh, I'm
it's
not in
gonna
that.
hit
I'm not
himself.
in that space there.
Yeah, and it's in that space. So you can adjust it a little bit, but yeah, just a heads up where you were, it was going to hit you.
All right, or we'll take a step back.
Okay.
Okay, DC
All right. So what is it? 15.
15.
So can you roll damage for me? Just roll damage for me because it'll make it easier for me to work this out.
I'm mad that I know how Shadow works because one of my other characters has it, and I'm like, damn it, there's something I can
find
do.
these dice.
I'm gonna have to ask the DM a private question though.
Now it's a Constitution save.
Yep.
Counter spell.
18.
I mean, I have that, but I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, go on.
Thunder damage.
Okay, 18. All right. Thank you. So let me just
Con
start rolling
sa-
some saving
con
throws.
save, isn't it?
Yes.
What do I have to hit?
The first one I rolled a natural 20 and a 1. Okay, so let me make some marks here. So that's that.
And they take
then what
half
am I
damage
trying-
on a save.
What am I trying to hit? Like, what am I trying to get so I don't die?
15.
15.
Yeah, just don't hit 0.
Come on.
Oh wait, I'm lucky. Thank Christ, I am lucky.
And not made of crystal.
Did I say 16 damage?
I got 14. So
I think
take
was
all
it
of
16, was it?
I think so. Since I didn't use D&D Beyond, so I don't record it. So I don't like always rolling dice because I'm affecting.
I think you said 16.
Did you
Okay,
say
so
16? Okay, good.
So I
16.
take 16 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for the
Sorry.
10, Grumpfel. Gone now.
Helpful.
Did you say 16 or 18?
16.
16?
Everyone's saying 16, so
Okay,
I'm going to leave
cool.
everyone else.
Yeah.
Hydration will make it better, right?
16.
Okay.
16.
Okay, did you say you rolled 14 or you got 14?
I rolled 14.
Okay.
Then you got 16. 'cause
No.
Rowan has a-
Sorry, I rolled
Oh,
12
hang on.
plus 2.
Sorry.
Okay.
I rolled 12 plus 2.
All right. So
At least it wasn't the 1. Not good enough. It wasn't the 1.
I almost feel terrible with this, but this is the way the dice go.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
The first
no.
one failed, but did not die because it had 17 hit points,
Ah.
which is why I was asking for clarification.
Yep.
So it's now 2 out of half.
So both of them barely exist. Like they're just these wrecked pieces of crystalline form hanging in here. The next one, same thing. The next one, same thing. The next one. Oh no, that one actually saved. So it duplicates, but
It
Oh.
takes less damage than me.
Yeah.
Right?
so that's
Okay, can't Rowan duplicate as well?
I'm
this
sorry,
one.
I left my other Rowan in another dimension.
Hmm.
But that one
Robert
failed as
Scar
well.
would have been all over this.
The chills, they're
That
multiplying.
one failed as well.
Don't. I can't sing on stream until we hit 250 subs. The amount I'm going to want to.
So only one of them saved. So currently
I've
there
done
is
here.
this swarm of these crystalline forms, all of which are barely hanging together. Like you can see, like it was quite remarkable what Tiernan just did. Like you could almost see them all shattering, but not quite.
Blinky's gonna just pop a shot at the closest one.
Yeah, make an attack roll. It'll be disadvantaged because it's within 5 feet.
Oh, that's right, because I multiplied. Oh, wrong button. Okay, that's 3 damage. We better work it.
Hold on, did one just vanish then?
23. Oh, disadvantage.
Wasn't there 2 there?
Don't worry, he missed. He rolled a 1. Oh, Blinky was supposed to come with me. Okay.
All right, Delgrim, it's your turn.
This is a bit of an issue, isn't it?
Whoops.
I've got one directly in
Use
front
the
of me.
perfume.
So
Use the perfume.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me seduce you.
Like it's maybe one of them is a high standing crystal. No, there's one in front of me. I can't do much more than just smack into it with an axe.
Okay.
Real quick. So I'll do that very thing. Actually, before I do that though, as a bonus action, on that same one, I'll cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll swing an axe. Let's do it. For 11.
Yeah, 11 hits. These things aren't particularly fast and they are made of crystal, so.
Yeah, which is great. So that's going to be 9 and another 6, I think it is, from Hunter's Mark. Let me just check. Yikes. Oh, yeah. It'd be useful if I knew what I was doing, huh? Yeah, it's an extra 1d6. So 15 damage to the one directly in front of me.
It explodes in a shower of sharp crystalline pieces, and I need you and Rowan,
Yeah.
please make dexterity saving throws.
I was wondering
hate
if I
you
was about
so
to be
much.
in a bit of a sticky situation. Great.
Doesn't hit the other
12.
guys.
Oh, look! I rolled a natural 1 again, except I'm lucky because I'm a halfling. Oh.
They're
What
crystal.
type? So Dex, was it?
Dex.
Yeah.
16.
16, that's a save. Delgrim,
12.
12 is a save. Both of you managed to dodge out of the way. It seems to be that the crystalline bits that explode from these don't impact on the other ones around it. But both of you managed to avoid getting hit by these sharp pieces of crystal. Delgrim, you've still got a second attack.
Yeah, that's method talk, so that's enough of that. Thank you. Delgrim's going to lob another of these. I can't believe I'm burning through these so quickly. It's going to lob another Radiance Bomb into the center of the, I guess, topmost cluster.
Yep.
So it's got a radius of 10 foot, so he's going to try and land it exactly 10 feet away from Rowan then. So about here-ish. I guess. Yeah, so we'll get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll get all 7 of those top ones.
Excellent.
With Radiance Bomb, I should say.
Radiance Bomb.
DC 13 Dex saving throw, please.
All of those ones have got 1 hit point, so it is irrelevant. So you lob the bomb, and again, there's just this flash of radiant energy, which just causes them to just shattering. Rowan, I need you to make 2 dexterity saving throws for me, please.
A 13 and a 6.
The 13 is enough. The 6 is not.
Mm-hmm. How much damage am I taking?
You will take.
To be clear, chat, another one of those was a natural one, which is why I rolled 3 times because I needed to do another lucky save, which was.
You take 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 2 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
Ow.
Oh, there's another one there that died too. Bloop. Okay. All right. Anything else from you, Delgrim?
Only that he'll yell out, Rowan, run! That's it.
Okay. Rowan, it is your turn.
I'm gonna ask, what is gonna seem like a really stupid question, but how high off the ground are these? Therefore, are they within my swinging distance?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and can I just clarify, the 2 that are closest to me, are they, both...
They are the
threatened
2...
area? It's more... I'm trying to work out if I move, whether I'm exposing myself to an attack opportunity. That's what I'm trying... from a mechanical perspective. Kate, the player, is playing right now, not Rowan, the character.
That's cool. Where are you trying to move to?
Away from them, because that was the instruction.
You would.
No, that's it's trying to work out how high they were. Therefore, what I was doing. Okay. And can I just do? Not that there's blood in a crystal. Can you get blood from a stone? But do either of the other 2 that are closest to me damaged looking?
They are. They're not the ones which are barely holding together, but they have been significantly damaged.
Okay. What I would like to do in that case is, I'm aiming for 2 of the ones that look like they are on their last legs, and I am going to use Eldritch Blast on those. Please.
Okay, so those 4 there are all
4?
Basically on their last legs, but remember, Eldritch Blast will be disadvantaged because you're in melee with those other 2.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's fine because I was going to move first and then do it, but I was just trying to work out where the damagey ones were, so that I don't put them myself. I don't know, too close to them, so that my ranged attacks are at disadvantage. All right. I'm gonna take the risk of the swings of whatever they're gonna do because they haven't technically done anything to us yet. I'd like to point out, we've attacked them a whole lot, and they've done not very much to us. I'm gonna go back to my little hidey hole up here.
Well, Miera did get messed up for 6 hit points.
Okay,
playing high.
So as you pull away from them, those 2 suddenly start spinning rapidly. The sharp crystalline edges slashing at you.
Yeah.
That's a 10.
Nope.
And a natural 20.
Boo.
Natural 20. So you'll take 8 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And 5 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
It's almost like as the crystal cuts through you, there's almost this intrusion, this alien intrusion into your mind at the same time, causing you extreme pain, but you are now free from them.
Cool. I'm gonna get, so I've gone what is 15 feet, so I'm gonna get as far away from them sort of as I can, more like there. And I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast, please, at the one closest to Delgrim, if that's one of the ones that's the weak. This one that I've just moved around. Yep. And let's go. In fact, let's go the 2 at the front. So yeah, those.
So those 2.
The 2 that look different to the other 4.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Perfect. Yep. All right. Fire away.
Let's see. What is a 22 to hit?
Absolutely.
Oh, I need to get my damage dice out. That's fun.
No, it's got 1 hit point, but roll damage because rolling damage is fun. I don't want you to deprive you of the rolling of the damage.
Yeah. Depends on how big it explodes, Ham.
Well, it's going to be big enough to get Delgrim.
Yeah.
I got 11 points of damage on the first one.
Oh, that's enough damage that they don't actually explode, causing them to make a dex save.
And then the second roll is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Second beam, rather. And is a 9 points of.
Awesome. All right, Delgrim, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as they both just scatter into shards everywhere.
Blatantly.
For both of them. He was not even in melee with the other one. That's
13.
No, just one. He'll only get hit by one of them, but they
Okay.
both shatter.
13, sir.
13? 13 is enough. You managed to avoid getting hit by the rain of sharp crystals. Outstanding. It is now the last of their turn. All right, they get to do stuff. All right.
Like run away.
So these two are going to shoot at Rowan. These two are going to shoot at Delgrim. So the ones shooting at Rowan, they both turn, and again, there's that slight vibration. There's just the shot of eldritch energy at you, Rowan. Oh, what do they get to? Plus 12 on their attack. That's fine. It's not. I was lying.
no shit.
But I did roll a dirty 20 and a 23.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with those are hits, and I'm just gonna say like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Thank you so much.
Well, I rolled good on one on what side great on it, so that's 11 points of force
I'm
damage.
down.
So you guys watch as these two bolts of eldritch energy smash into your friend Rowan, knocking her backwards, and you see her collapse to the ground. The other two shoot at Delgrim. A 14 and an 8.
The 14 will just.
Okay. You take 8 points of force damage as the energy from it smashes into you. Around this side, these two float around the corner. And Grumpfel, with you standing there, they both unleash eldritch blasts at you. That's a 14 and a 13.
Both miss.
Miss. Ducking, dodging, weaving, they smash into the barricades around you. Miera, like right beside your head, this eldritch energy just blasts a piece of this ancient wagon to pieces. You get showered with splinters and stuff, but neither of you take any damage.
Using Grumpfel as like a human shield.
A gnomish shield.
A
Gnomic shield.
gnomic shield.
So, Miera, you are up. A Grumpfel, you are straight after.
Okay, so the ones that have just Eldritch Blast behind.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Sleep at second level.
You can try, absolutely.
I'm gonna try.
Yep.
So that's 7d8. Center. 38.
38.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You unleash your very familiar sleep magic on these things, and it has 0 effect.
Because they're not elderly. I mean,
Undoubtedly.
what?
Oh,
Stay
far
busy.
out. Okay. Any bonus actions or movement for you, Miera?
I don't think there's much I can really do. Yeah, I don't want to hit them with anything. I will just kind of stay where I am, I think.
Okay. Okay. Grumpfel, sir, you are up 10 and you're next.
Okay. I can't see her from here, but has anyone yelled out that Rowan is down?
Nope.
No.
Who's that? That's Tiernan standing there. Yes, Delgrim will have shouted out to Grumpfel specifically that Rowan has fallen. If you can get up there.
How does the free action work? Can we do it outside of our turns?
Narratively, I'm okay to play around with it a little bit as long as basically you guys just don't abuse the shit out of it.
Don't worry,
Okay.
Grumpfel up. Blinky's got it.
that regardless, and knowing that Blinky's capable. However, this is, I think, from memory, this is first or second time in the party history that someone has dropped. I think Delgrim once.
Miera's gone down.
No. So Grumpfel basically body language changes. He moves through here,
Mm-hmm.
grabs again to the symbol of Kamateon, hand pointing to Rowan, and says, "The power of Kamateon bids you back," and uses his channel divinity to pour as much of 25 hit points into Rowan up to half her maximum. And then if there's anything left, so if you're down to 0, take whatever your maximum is, half of it, you just basically get healed.
I just need to check if that half, because my numbers are even numbers, is 24 or 25.
Go up.
So
Round
20.
up. Yep.
Round up. So 25. Okay. So I take all of it then. That's why I was checking. Okay.
Outstanding.
Bump.
So you,
And that's that 10 bonus hit points does a whole lot of work right there.
right.
Yeah.
Does a whole lot of work. I counted that in those numbers.
Yep.
So, Rowan, 1 minute the last thing you remember is that flash of pain, and then this flood of energy courses through you, bringing you back to consciousness. Grumpfel,
Channel divinity.
bonus actions, anything like that?
Bonus action. Un momento, por favor. Now, memory serves that Delgrim has also taken a little damage.
Oh, he's barely scratched.
Minimal. Okay.
But a flesh wound.
But a flesh wound.
Yeah, I just got whomped by like shatter and then like 4 explosions. That's the problem. It was just I was in the middle of everything.
That was the problem for sure.
If you've ever played Baldur's Gate 3 with Promethean, you'd be really, and Emily, in fact, you'd be really used to friendly fire. So
I have not, given I had to wait a month and a half to even play Baldur's Gate 3.
the number of times those ass clowns have hit my character. But anyway, I digress.
Just kick you off the cliff.
Yeeting me off things. Anyway, so Grumpfel, was there anything else from you? Sorry, my friend.
Sorry, hang on, just trying to. Okay, that is action gone, but that's not a spell action. That's an ability action. I'm just having a quick look at any spells that are BA or better for things. Ooh. I'll get a DM's ruling on spiritual weapon, casting time 1 bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a cantrip though? If you've already cast, is your channel divinity cast count as a spell? That's the only thing to check.
It's an ability. So
Yeah.
if you wish to cast spiritual weapon, absolutely you can.
And this will be the first time that everyone's seen Grumpfel do this. So again, holding the amulet Kamateon, and it's slightly guttural, but not. It calls forth this spectral and shimmering coffee pot, and it appears next to him.
Outstanding.
So, can we get a shimmering coffee pot for the Albearoni?
Says
Sort it
that's your
out.
mission. I'll stick that there. the moment.
Hang on.
The crossed swords.
Spiritual weapon,
Can it? Yeah, spiritual weapon. Can it be used immediately?
Yes, it can. Like you can literally cast it right in front of these things and then have it attack.
Oh, well, then that's the aim of the game.
Okay. Coffee pot away.
Coffee pot away.
Yes, indeed.
That's merch. Please, Saz, coffee pot
Yeah.
away merch.
Holy coffee
Holy coffee
pot.
pot.
Holy coffee pots, Grumpfel.
Coffee pot. I need it. I would wear the heck out of holy coffee pot. On a mug. Holy coffee pot on
All
a
right.
mug.
So make your.
Alright.
So it's the equivalent of a spell attack.
Okay. Oh, 7.
7. Look. Unfortunately, it's the coffee pot's just not quite quick enough to.
The energy
one of these
was
out of the
sapped.
sky.
The energy was sapped out of Grumpfel for the
The
channel
channel
divinity.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably for the best that it missed though too.
Maybe. Okay, so with that, Tiernan, it is your turn.
The 4 that are grouped up on the left, how damaged do they appear to be?
They are all looking. Two of them are like on the verge of death. The 2 others are also looking very rough.
And the ones on the right have not even been hurt.
Correcto.
And Miera's standing out there. All alone. Okay, Okay, he's just going to do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, right into melee.
Mm-hmm.
Blinky comes for the ride. And, yeah, he's pulling out his pistol to hit them with a shocking grasp.
Okay, make your attack.
This is why I don't use the 12.
12? 12 hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, these things aren't difficult to hit.
Yeah, I think Miera hit with an 11, or someone hit with an 11.
They're floating
14
rocks.
plus
I don't think I've hit anything so far.
21 damage.
21.
You did, but you
Lightning.
turned 2 into 6 as a result.
True.
No, it's just the
We
one
hit
in front
real
of me.
big, real
Yeah.
hard, real far.
So you smash your pistol into it, and the lightning flashes across the crystalline surface. You can see shards, chunks fall off. However, it does not explode and does duplicate. Ba-doop.
How
Actually, we'll
damage
stick
does it
there
look?
because there's a building there. Okay, bonus actions, movement, anything like that?
How damaged does it look?
Sorry?
How damaged does it look?
Looks very, very damaged. Yep.
Blinky visited wide.
What was that?
Don't
I don't
forget
know,
you've got
he's
the
having
you've
a
got the don't forget you've got the 10 extra hit points. So go
That's not
earlier.
what concerns me.
Oh, okay. Explode and take you out.
Blinky doesn't do a lot of damage, so
Delgrim, you're up next, by the way.
Blinky will take a shot at the one behind.
Okay, all right, make your attack roll.
And misses 8.
Okay, yep. Blast goes wide.
Yep.
Okay, Delgrim, it is your turn.
Yeah, it is. So with bonus action, Hunter's Mark's going to transfer to whichever of these looks the chunkiest currently.
Yep.
As in least likely to die, which I'm assuming is the bottommost one.
So it's those 2 there.
Okay, the top 2. Okay, well,
Yep.
in which case he'll just move straight up onto that as well.
Yep.
Free action wise, he's going to turn back around to Grumpfel and in Undercommon point out, my brother in darkness, I must inform you that these things seem to duplicate if you don't kill them immediately. Put that fucking coffee pot away. And then we'll swing in on the first of these things with
Okay.
Hello's Edge. Eek.
What happened to Delgrim's accent?
That's what
Uh,
Undercommon
do-
sounds
do-
like. The
Undercommon.
Undercommon speak.
Formal undercommon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Does-
say,
does-
old bean.
does-
It's like
Does-
speaking
does
in
Ti-
Latin. It's got a different tone.
Does Tiernan speak Undercommon?
Probably not, no.
No, then it just sounds like rocks falling down like a landslide.
All right.
Okay.
Delgrim,
Remember
what-
that time I didn't have to use inspiration before?
Listen
Yeah.
very carefully.
I
I should
have to
say
use
this only once.
inspiration now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna burn that inspiration. Fully and officially, it is done. And I'm gonna re-roll that attack roll. Get wrecked. It's a 9. It was the exact same roll.
I'm
It's a
sorry,
9 to
my
hit with the
friend.
first one.
You miss. Goes
Absolute
wide.
jerk. Okay, second attack then.
Has anyone got any more inspiration to give Promethean?
Second attack's gonna be 22.
That's definitely a hit. Roll some damage,
Did
buddy.
Promethean already have 3 inspiration left over from the last game?
I'm pretty sure I've only got the 1 left. I want to say off the top of my head.
But you had 2. Well, you had and plus 2 from today, so that'd be
5.
would have been 3.
What? I've got
Fine.
more from today.
Because you had the birthday,
maybe not.
the birthday episode, which was your birthday weekend, and I promise you were given 3.
Ridiculous.
I mean, 5.
so
5,
that's-
definitely 5, right?
Was 5 now,
I
including the 2.
Oh look! Did someone just give inspiration in the chat? Volcrane, who's that
Volcrane.
for?
Oh, that's nice.
Who's that for?
Someone give me inspiration.
Oh, look, Volcrane.
Don't
It's a happy
you
late birthday
dare.
present from
Oh.
Promethean.
Oh, regardless, it's only 10 damage with the second hit.
But that's more than enough.
Exploding, multiplying crystals, people.
Okay, so it explodes, but you do need to make a dex saving throw.
Fine. I'll do so happily. 15.
Yeah, no, you're fine. The crystals bounce off your armor. You manage to duck out of the way from the worst of it.
Mhm.
I think the spiritual weapon might need to actually make a save though, because I think spiritual weapons can spiritual weapons take damage? Or have I been playing way too much Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I want to say they can, off the top of my head.
You just
Hang
hold
on,
on.
I'm looking through the description now. Actually,
Does it have HP?
The spell does not provide a mechanism for. I'm reading a thing because
No, you're fine.
but rules as written. There's nothing aside from like a dispel magic or whatever that would get rid of it.
Yeah, it's one of the
But-
reasons why I sent it in because I didn't see anything about it being dismantled. So
Like this tiny bit of crystal just like plops into the coffee, and now it's entirely undrinkable.
it's decaf. I
Ain't
hate
that nice?
decaf.
I'm sorry. Are you implying you can't put rocks in your coffee? Absolutely not. How dare you, sir?
I didn't say that.
Please.
Okay, anything else from you, Delgrim?
Crystal that's doing psychic damage to you, you probably don't want to drink.
Anything else, Delgrim?
No, that's it. Thank you.
I don't
All right,
know.
Rowan, back to
Yeah.
the land of the living. It is your
Okay.
turn.
Can I just clarify? The dueling swords is a pre-damaged or undamaged?
The
It is-
dueling swords is the spiritual weapon.
It's a
Okay.
coffee pot. Yeah.
That's why
It
it's
just doesn't
slightly
look like a
larger.
comfort, yeah, that's why my
Yeah.
brain is confused. Alrighty. Exactly. You can have rocks in whiskey. Why can't you have them in coffee? It's just basically an iced coffee. That's all I'm hearing.
Don't
Just
put-
making
You don't
iced
put
coffee
rocks
instead.
or ice in whiskey. Well, bourbon, yeah, go for it. But
Yeah. Depends on the type of
whiskey,
whiskey.
no.
What I would like to do, please, is cast Eldritch Blast again from where I am.
Yep.
But I would stand up first because that seems fair and reasonable.
Absolutely.
So I would like to Eldritch Blast the ones closest to our people, basically. The same mode. So it'd be, I think, the front two.
So those two are basically on 1 hit point. That one's a little bit better.
So the top one is a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still try and hit the top one and the two that are closest to me.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Boom. So first shot.
First shot is a 12.
Okay, that's a hit. So we'll go against the slightly less damaged one. Roll for
Okay.
your damage.
Roll for damage. Sorry, I put the dice away like a chump. That again. What is a 9 plus 4 is 13 points of womp.
That is enough. Delgrim, buddy.
Yo.
Dex.
19.
Is Grumpfel
19.
close enough that I
He's
need to
just-
roll a dex, or am I just out of blast
No,
range?
you're fine. It's literally 5 foot.
5
So,
foot.
like Delgrim's just gone full Matrix at this stage. So,
And
next
the other
shot. Yep,
one? 26.
that's definitely a hit.
For 7 and 4 is 11 points of.
Another saving throw, Delgrim.
13.
Oh yes, that's still enough. Duck, dodge, weave. Too good for you. All right, excellent. Anything else from you, Rowan?
Yes, I'm going to move, but I think because I have to stand up from prone, I only get like 12 and a half feet of movement. So
Yeah.
let's just put me like there so that I am coming back towards the group in case, I don't know, I get downed again.
No, totally cool. Okay, it is their turn. The one remaining here will attempt to Eldritch Blast Delgrim with a 15.
That will hit.
Delgrim, you take 1 point of damage as it barely grazes you. These three here.
Does Delgrim split in half?
That's,
Do we have two? Do we have two Delgrims now?
Yo.
these two here will start spinning and attempt to try and slash Tiernan. With a 22.
Proof.
What was that?
Yeah, that hits.
Yep. And the
That
other
was
one
a
we missed.
sound denoting that it definitely hit.
Oh, I don't know why I'm rolling that.
So that's 4. So that's 4 points of psychic and 2 points of slashing. So 6 all up.
6.
And the one behind it will attempt to shoot you with an Eldritch Blast. And miss. Goes wide, smashes into the barricade again. Back to the top of the round, Miera, you are up, followed by Grumpfel.
Tiernan's in my way.
I mean, I'm in your way.
That
You're in my way.
That hasn't stopped Tiernan when it's come
How
to
does
other
it
party
feel?
members.
That's 100%
That's true.
accurate. Yeah.
That's true. I am going to cast Fireball, but I'm going to do it at a point behind them, so Tiernan may have singed eyebrows and a really hot face.
Okay.
But I would
So-
like to see if it's
thank you.
possible.
You'll ruin his makeup.
So that you're aware, these two. Let me get the little pointy thing. These two are quite badly damaged. This one has not been hit yet.
Cool.
I thought that was the one I hit.
No, that was the one that you hit.
Ah, I see
6
what-
of one, half a dozen of another.
So come.
Okay.
How do you throw up the 20-foot circle radius thing?
Like it would be easy for you to be able to do it, so you could get those 3 and miss and miss.
Perfect. Yeah.
You don't
Miss.
have to hit me.
Oh, I'm trying not to, but if you're the one that's pushed yourself right up against them, so I can't.
No, you're
Okay.
you're fine. You can get them and just maybe scorch his eyebrows a bit.
If you,
That was a
I
strategic
I
action.
can hit you if you would like.
I'm
That's
good,
what
I'm
the
good.
problem is. Okay. So in that case, it will be
Dex saving throw.
14.
Hey, they all fail. So roll your
Nice.
damage.
Okay, so it is 8d6.
Woof.
Oof. Oomph.
No hold bards, Miera. She's just like, fuck this shit.
but she's sitting there cackling with
31?
her head.
Try not to triple
31.
their numbers if you can. Would be great. Just saying.
Hey, 31.
So you watch as
Wow.
the small sort of bead of fire scuds past your shoulder, Tiernan, and all of a sudden, and sort of like vanishes almost slightly into the ruins of the house that's just behind these things,
It's
and
blue
then
fire too.
erupts in flames, and you can feel the heat as all 3 of these things just shatter. But I do need you to make 2 dexterity saving throws.
Grumpfel's looking around for Aloysius.
Yikes.
12. And a nat 20.
You are fine. You manage to, whether it's ducking away from the heat or whatever, you manage to avoid the shards from them exploding. Miera, any bonus actions?
And I'm just going to I'm just going to go up to Tiernan just to check him and make sure I haven't set him on fire.
A little bit of steam rising off him, maybe, but apart from that,
I'll just
Hot and
pat
steamy.
anywhere I can see that might be kind of look like it's smouldering. I'll just pat him.
all right. Grumpfel, you're up. There is one of these things left.
Right. Does this
Little
thing
flavor
look?
in front of Tiernan.
Does this thing look healthy? Unhappy?
No, it is barely held together.
All right. Cool. Then Grumpfel's going to hit it with the coffee pot of spiritualness.
Okay, make your attack.
Oh, 15. And what is it? Plus...
Plus your spell attack modifier.
6. So that's 21.
That's definitely a hit.
And it's a D8 plus. Where are we looking? D8 plus spellcasting ability mod, which is what's that? Wisdom base plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11.
How does the coffee pot destroy this final crystalline creature?
It just goes. It's there, and it just basically goes swat down on it and knocks it straight flat into the ground, and the coffee pot sort of just sits on top of it, level with the ground.
It just it smashes into the ground. That the shards just scatter everywhere as this last thing is destroyed. leaving you all a little bit bloodied and battered. Tiny fragments and shards of crystal scattered everywhere at this point of view. Like you look around, like the walls of these buildings are peppered with these pieces of crystal. The barricades, you can see now there's tiny bits sticking out from where they've exploded nearby. But there is silence around you.
What about
Rowan,
in me?
There is still that slight scratch.
Okay.
Not them.
Rowan is going to scoop up a couple of handfuls of them so she can look at them properly
Yep.
later, but then wants to head towards the direction of the gem mine, like as in getting out of Dodge, not hanging around here, because if they saw a few little groups of them before, there could be more further into these ruins that she's not willing to be worried about. I don't know which direction that means I have to go, which I think is off to the left.
To the right, so it's that way.
Through the
Yeah.
Great. So
Yep.
she's going to head that way.
Okay.
And it's literally just going to grab one of the shards, pocket in his
That's-
pocket, and then go straight back over to the skeleton with the armor and basically just trying to rip that thing off the skeleton to give to Delgrim.
And then
Jeez.
leave it be. We must get to safety, to the cave.
Tiernan, are you gonna? How much time are you willing to spend?
Well, how far did we get previously?
You probably got about like 3/4 of it off.
Mm-hmm. He'll still try.
Yeah, if Tiernan hesitates and keeps trying, and then Delgrim will stop on the way past and will assist to
Look,
make it happen
if
as
you-
quickly as possible.
If you show 100% disregard for the body, then you can.
Yeah.
Already stated that heads up, right? 0 regard for the body itself.
What are the rest of you doing?
Miera's pretty close to 10, and so I guess I could lend a hand.
Okay.
Technically, we could carry it quicker.
Rowan's heading off down the road. Grumpfel.
Grumpfel's picking up the scattering of 200 GP diamonds that these things have dropped.
Cool. Nice try. No.
I will grab a small chunk of this crystal just to have a look at. But yes, it's time to go. I'll bring the spiritual coffee pot with me for as long as it's still in with us, because if we happen to run into one of those things that's still within the time of the weapon, which I think's a minute, then I can use it. If not, then no.
I would like Miera, Delgrim, and Tiernan to all make perception checks for me, please.
Oh, 17.
12.
15.
15? Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, you guys just, like, again, disregard for the body. Rip the last few remaining pieces of this armor off. With that in hand, head off down the road after the rest of your companions.
To be clear, I'm not carrying any of the armor. I've passed it over to Delgrim or Tiernan, whoever wanted it.
Yep.
Delgrim did.
Initially, until our lives are in danger. But yeah, so we'll take that and run.
Okie dokey. All right, so how are you guys, like, how are you getting to the entrance of the mines?
On foot?
But like, are you like, is it this? Are you? I mean, I assumed kind of.
Rowan's kind of
With
legging
coconut
it, but
halves.
also, like,
We're going
No,
to
it's
commandeer these
not
goats.
legging it at full tilt, but legging it in a race walking as opposed to marathon running.
Yeah. I've got an
Yep.
appointment to get to, and I'm running late, and I need to make sure.
The lightest of jogs, the sturdiest of strides.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect, excellent.
Oh, look, those people are handing out flyers. Let's look busy.
All right, so you all, sort of raced. Well, not race. That's not the right word. You all fairly rapidly head towards the mines. The road angles up slightly towards the side of Scimitar Mountains. And as you approach where you can see now the entrance into what appears and what you are assuming is the mines. You can see the entrance of the cave has got some wooden supports built around it, obviously to sort of shore up the structure. You can also see outside of the cave now, as you've gotten closer, there are large piles of gravel and dirt, obviously sort of from excavations. You can see a variety of different pieces of equipment, all very much like everything else that you've seen, in disrepair. Rusty, pitted shovels and picks. You can see sluice boxes and sluicing trays. There is crates. There are a few barrels. So all of them, again, in disrepair, piled up to one side of this cave entrance. The cave entrance itself is not huge. It's probably maybe just 10 feet wide and only about 8 feet high. And you can see just stretches off into darkness.
So we're at the cave entrance.
As you get up to the cave entrance. Yeah.
So approaching it, I think Delgrim's going to throw
Any more
backwards, and just kind of cast a view out to see if there are any more of the crystalline critters out
I'm
there.
sorry, Grumpfel, what were you going to say?
I was pretty much going to say the same thing. Just looking around to see if we've got any more friends coming for a conversation.
All right, make some perception rolls. Anyone who's sort of looking around to keep an eye out for these things?
I didn't know I had an inspiration point.
24.
I could tell you what the number was. Let's just go with it's not going to be enough to see anything.
21.
21.
Are we all
24.
doing perception or?
The digital dice are being kind.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Or
You
I don't know.
You
I rolled
look-
3 nat 20s or 2 nat 20s on my actual dice. So,
Yeah. You guys look back down towards the village. You cannot see any more of these crystalline creatures.
Delgrim
All
will
appears to be quiet.
back into the cave then and encourage the others to follow.
What are you guys going to do for light?
Light on Blinky.
Devil's sight.
Devil's Sight?
I'm gonna send my little gingerbread man to.
Okay.
Well, he's gonna walk next to me.
So Blinky's little spotlight clicks on. Miera, you conjure up your little gingerbread person.
Whoever's got the wand can draw dicks in the air.
Yeah.
Grumpfel does
Little pictures
have
of Tiernan
the.
follow us down the corridor. Exactly.
So there didn't appear to be anything following us. The barricades that we saw in town, were they made up in such a way that they were facing towards the mine?
As in, yeah, because I think someone asked that before. So it was to people
Yeah.
coming. It was very much set up to stop things coming from the mine's direction. Yeah. With light in place, having survived this encounter with whatever strange crystalline creatures those things were, you begin to make your way into the dark depths of the gem mine.
How much light do we have based on what people have used?
Mine's 20 foot. Yeah.
Is it sufficient light for us all to sort of get through without tripping or bumping in or anything like that?
Well, like you're not going to be able to see, particularly deep because it's only 20 feet, but it's more than enough to be able to travel safely.
Well, it's 20 foot radius of proper light and 40 foot radius of dim.
Yeah.
That's substantial.
So with that light casting long shadows down the initial part of the mines,
Cool.
you can see that the walls are primarily just rock carved through the stone. You can see that on the ground there's a fair bit of shingle and loose earth, which shifts noisily under your feet as you make your way in. And as you begin to move deeper, Delgrim, that scratch at the back of your mind just starts getting a little bit more. And that is where we are going to stop for this evening.
Nice. I was really concerned that we were going to create our own demise.
When
I mean,
when
y'all almost did.
I was
She
Yeah.
not
was very
worried at all.
almost dead.
when Miera cast that spell, I was like,
Here
we go.
No.
no, look, it's welcome to the world of being big kids, man.
If
It's
nothing
such-
else,
But
I'm
I'm
true to
3-foot
form.
doll.
I just
I'm
couldn't
not a
believe it.
big
I
kid.
missed by 1
Yeah.
damage. One
Yeah.
damage.
Which is
Yeah.
why I was double checking, because I'm like, I thought you said 18,
I don't
but
remember.
yeah, everyone else was like 16. I'm like, okay, cool, excellent. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Mm.
I
but
literally
as
picked
per
the
always-
dice up and put them away.
Let's do a quick whip around of favorite moments from tonight. Who would like to go first?
Me, spiritual coffee pot.
Fine, I'll go second. Gaia Bacon.
Can't
Hold on.
go wrong
Chat,
with
feel free to-
breakfast food.
Chat, feel free to tell us your favorite moments as well while we're here.
Shout out to the Kobold Priest Vote of Magic, which have you guys got it in stock at the moment?
Probably, yes.
Got some crazy shit in it. It's very, very good. There's a whole section on magical food. So yeah, die bacon. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with, I got extra hit points. I lost all my hit points.
Yeah, poor Rowan got.
I was
got-
like, "Whee, nope.
Welcome
Never
back to
mind."
our universe.
Oh, so this is why
life
you all
is
tell me you
pain.
want me out of the campaign. Totally get it. Totally understand.
I thought it was.
I'll be
I thought it
gone
was.
now.
It was funny because you're like, oh, I've missed combat. I've missed all the fun, and then the first combat you're back for. It's just like,
Well,
then it's like
yeah, because I never got the training wheels, Ham. You gave them all the training wheels.
look, it was unfortunate that it played out the way it did, but it was interesting. You guys made a good recovery. You survived.
I honestly thought that was the right move.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
you
like,
just need to pick more fights in wherever you blip out to. So at least
I mean,
you
I
can have
managed
some
to-
fighting experience
we-
on that side.
we nearly did. And then I managed to talk a grumpy character into liking me because I'm too likable.
I actually
Um,
thought you were going to launch your flame hands again.
That was
Um,
that.
I only have 2 lots of that because I'm a warlock and we get
Yeah.
back all packed spots.
Mm.
And
Like-
I have a counterspell in my back pocket so that all of y'all don't die. So
The
you know,
Yeah, no, that flaming hands was it's the advantage. Like, you don't get many spells, but even like a little
Yeah.
first, second level spell like Burning Hands cast at the high level becomes pretty tasty.
and this for people watching is why everyone knows warlocks for Eldritch Blast, because you don't get a lot of opportunity to do
Mm.
other stuff
Mm.
between long rests. So you gotta save what you got.
Unless you use the pack of the blade.
Second favorite
Yeah.
moment I'll throw into the mix was Miera just going full cat mode and knocking the books off the table
Yeah.
after being unable to actually open them.
Yeah. Yep. Excellent. Other moments, other favorite bits?
The fact that we walked into a room and you described the furniture and no one thought to look under the bed.
There was no mattress on it. I assumed you could see through the bottom of the bed.
Never assume
Oh,
anything.
there is
Never.
something.
Never assume anything. What about you, Mr. Heath?
I just like the fact that I made a calculated thing on detect magic as a ritual spell. 10 minutes, yeah, 10 minutes. We can do that. No one touch anything while I do this. 10 minutes. I look up, everyone's touching everything. Like,
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, knocking books off.
if there's a glyph here,
I
then you
didn't
guys will
touch
find it. before me.
anything.
Okay, sorry.
I was
I
being real.
touched
I listened.
everything.
And then
I stood at the
then,
windows. I didn't touch it.
That's right. Now
Yes, that's
defense,
true,
we
that's
did low
yeah.
impact
Yeah.
stuff. We
And then-
weren't messing
We
with
looked
things.
at. We looked out
To be
windows.
fair,
We walked.
we
We
just
out. We
looked.
looked out windows.
And I love the fact that I felt bad about going, can I just have 10 minutes to cast this so I don't have to use it up? And then Tennant's like, cool, I'll
Give me
take
an
an
hour.
hour. Like, okay,
Yep.
cool, no worries.
I did ask.
Typical Tiernan.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, we the crystalline things, and we're like, oh shit, and Grumpfel's like, this is going to be bad because like working out that something has killed this goat, and Rowan's like, "Hello, over here." Full C3PO mode.
It could have been. Who knows? Not everything's. I mean,
Actually,
how many things have you guys talked your way out of in the past?
That's true.
My other favorite thing was blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, they look like they're patrolling. No, they're hiding.
But they look like they were hiding.
Q after this battle, Rowan just like, so patrols work like this. Okay.
Miera did something to piss him off. That's
I just tried to say hello, but in their minds. But clearly they didn't have minds.
Oh, sorry,
suitable
Miera,
for
not
such
Rowan. Sorry,
things.
Miera.
Because that's not intrusive at all. I know.
Yeah.
Here's
Like-
something that I don't know.
I
I'll
took a half a
probe
step
it
towards
to
and
the
said
brain.
hello.
What'd you call my
That's all
mother?
I did.
Probing, it was sending a message. Anyway,
Awesome.
skip to the end.
Skip to the end. You guys survived. It's fine. People made choices. Choices had consequences. You guys made your way out of it. That's why we play this game. It's cool. Thank you very much to everybody who has hung out with us tonight. As always, we appreciate the fact that you have chosen to spend time with us. Time is the most valuable thing that everybody has. So we greatly appreciate that. We will be back in a fortnight for quite possibly the last session of the year, because I think the session after that falls kind of in the middle of all the Christmassy hoo-ha, and we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it literally falls on
so 27th or something. 23rd.
Yeah, I might be out of town, but could wing it with a phone rather than
We'll
the
figure it out.
PC
Nah.
setup.
We'll figure it out.
We could do a like a Christmas Q&A short version.
I'm going to
We'll figure-
say before the night that day before Christmas or those days before Christmas, probably not. I got to host.
Yeah,
And
like-
I've got lots of cooking.
Like in
We'll-
general, I feel like Christmas is a terrible time for most people to try and stream. We'll let you know. Stay tuned on socials and stuff. And
It's the most terrible time of the year.
It's the most
That's
festive time of the year. We'll take it as that. Whatever the associations you have with it, it is a festive period of the year. Lots
So
of
we will
food.
see you in a fortnight's time for almost quite possibly definitely the last session of the year. We will see what lurks in the depths of this gem mine.
riches.
Riches, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe death. Who
We
knows?
found the gems. They're floating
'cause-
around town.
Because riches love mines. No, okay.
No,
Don't worry.
I'm sure. As always, also thanks to Saz for doing all the Saz stuff in the background. When it comes to Sazing, Saz does it the best. Thank you very much, everyone. I think that's it. I think we're done. Are we going to rating? Who are we rating? Because I'm not looking at chat.
Can I just say one more thing before we go? Anyway, just to remind people that on the 1st of December, there's another episode of the new Fallout themed game. It fell out back. So come and join us. It'll be the second episode. And I'll be there exploding more things.
And
there's like
it's
a theme.
fantastic stream. It's
Yeah.
really, really good.
I'll also shout out that on the 12th of December, which I know is like after our next stream, but I'll shout it out then as well. Which is I think a Tuesday night. Dungeons and Doctorates are doing a live stream, which we don't do very often, but we'll actually have Joe, who is Meredith in our campaign, who currently lives in Edinburgh in the UK, even though she is from here. She'll actually be back in the country, so she can be on stream because it'll be a time zone when she can be around. So
Awesome.
if you do want to come hang out with most of the squad from Dungeons and Doctorates, some of you have met Ben before, seen him on streams with a bunch of other ones
okay.
that we all work with.
He's fine.
Could have
So
died
Ben will be
more in
around, I'll
that
be
last
around.
game he was in though.
Yeah,
Is
he
he?
didn't die in the last one. You'll miss the memo. You got to kill my DM. That's how this works. But yeah, we'll all be hanging out on the 12th on our Twitch. So if you don't follow Dungeons and Doctorates, it's DN Doctorates over on our Twitch channel as well.
Anything
Monday,
else?
27th November.
Yep.
10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Raise money for charity. Split the party TV.
Awesome. Excellent. So much fun stuff happening this year. So much fun stuff to look forward to next year. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much, everyone. We're I'm just having a look at the chat. We go
Sorry.
there.
We're gonna go over to hang out with, I think is if Saz nods to tell me, we're gonna go see what. Yep, we're gonna go hang out with the Eldritch Scribe. They are just gone live. They will be doing some new setting, who dis, they're doing some map building and some world stuff.
Awesome.
And given we've had some
Cool.
combats and some maps today, it feels like a logical, lovely lot. They are beautiful humans. They are based out of the UK, so they'll be
Cool.
live for a while as well. So if you're staying up late or in another time zone, that is not Australian Eastern Daylight or Eastern Standard Times, like most of the people here, they are a good late night stream for everybody.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. We will see you in 2 weeks' time. In between now and then, have fun, play nice, and remember.
May the holy coffee pot be with you.
May the
yeah.
Thanks be to the holy coffee pot.
Yeah.
Blessed be
And this
the
is how
holy coffee
this
pot.
is how Grumpfel started his own religion.